Hello and welcome everyone to Speakeasy Unfiltered. This is our, I don't remember its episode, but we're here.
I want to say
and we're live.
seventh.
It's something. Today I'm joined by my co-hosts, friend Zenny or Zenny, Highkick78, Raining Death 909, and myself, HawkBearWeather_1. Thank you for joining, everybody.
All right, so let's get started. Definitely one of the things we've been saying online, as sir y'all have as well, is the big move to Red Note, the whole TikTok exodus as it gets shut down in just a few days. I think you're muted.
He's muted.
It's tomorrow.
Yeah, it's
Tomorrow.
Sunday, ain't it?
Oh, I thought it was the 20th.
Sunday.
19th, yeah, it's Sunday.
Okay, yeah. Damn.
Mm-hmm.
So in just less than 24 hours, TikTok gets shut down. U.S. servers going dark.
We should crack champagne. There's like some extremely stale champagne over there. Pour some glasses, celebrate.
Yeah,
God damn it.
Right?
get some of that brute going.
Yeah, everybody's just moving over to Red Note or, I mean, most of the people that were on TikTok were already on like Instagram and like YouTube and shit, but like everybody's just like, let's go to this other Chinese app.
I know that's the meme, but I would imagine like 75% of people would just be like, oh well, and just like not do that.
I don't know. I've seen a lot of people crying about it, basically.
Yeah,
Yeah, but those are the loud people.
And I can understand for content
True.
creators whose whole
Yeah.
livelihood exists on TikTok that their app is getting shut down and that's how they make their money. I know
Yeah.
I've seen pushes from TikTok themselves to move to like Lemonade, but that's another ByteDance property that'll get shut down.
Right. And then also, one of those things is we talk about, and I think we've talked about last time whenever this was all coming up in one of the episodes, having being a content creator, being married to your platform for your entire source of income is, it's okay, but it's kind of wrong. I mean, you got to get people off, into Patreons. You got to sell merch. You got to do something. So speaking of which, Speakeasy merch coming to, no, never.
Absolutely.
I
I
will
mean,
Well, I
just
say
be getting
never, but
people
maybe
off
sometime.
instead.
If we get past 22 episodes, I'll maybe design merch.
right. Yeah, it definitely makes sense. Having a diversity of income streams is absolutely important so you're not dependent upon it.
Yeah, don't put your eggs all in one basket.
Yeah.
And that's why a lot of people are like multi-streaming now too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I know with the Red Note specifically, I mean, people having to build whole new platforms, right? Because they're like their followers aren't coming over, kind of thing.
Well, a lot of people are moving over. It's like I've looked at some of their pages. And they're already like thousands of followers and shit.
Mm-hmm.
There's a reason why it's the most downloaded app right now.
Well, it's the most downloaded app as a fuck you to the U.S. government,
Basically,
but it's expanding from.
I'd heard
there.
bots, but of course it's just, people, guessing.
Mhm.
I mean, it's a Chinese thing. Of course, there's bots. Like I said, like we said last time, I think like any of the dating apps. Like if you're on a dating app and you're swiping through and it forces you to watch an ad for another dating app, and you look and it's like 5 stars with like thousands of reviews, shit's all fake. There's a bunch of 1 stars in there. You got to read the 1 stars, and usually like blah blah blah. I had to pay to get messages, and it was all bots. It is.
Right.
It's always bots. Bots is the answer. Chinese bot farming or just bot farming in general is like just
I
a
mean,
big thing.
Chinese does it better about farming than the rest of us, that's for sure.
Well, I've seen like videos of people in Malaysia, India, like
Mhm.
all sorts of things. And we say bot farming. It's not. It's just a person whose job it is to sit there with like hundreds of phones and fucking liking and
Yeah.
just reviewing and doing shit
Like you'll see those. I'm sure you've seen
Oh,
those,
yeah, I've
those
seen, like,
videos.
The dispatch.
Right.
Yeah. of just phones.
Hundreds of phones just swiping and liking, etc., etc. It's freaking crazy.
yeah, that's I'm kind of curious if like I haven't seen an ad for like eHarmony or anything like that in a while since we're talking about dating apps, like those like the older like paid programs and shit.
Mm-hmm.
eHarmony still exists.
But
I
also,
think.
remember, ads you look at, they're usually personalized to you.
Is like I've downloaded Tinder like one time and I was just instantly like, this app is not for me. And it's like, why? Because they used to advertise eHarmony and shit a lot.
Yeah. I mean, back when people watched TV, there was always like TV ads for eHarmony or OkCupid.
Yeah.
Or what was the other one? I forget. But those are
Match,
like,
maybe?
Farmers
Yeah.
only.
yeah. Well,
That's just a meme, but yeah,
Yeah.
that was the thing.
I mean, yeah, absolutely. But
So I could tell you some of the reason why behind that as the guy who runs like 50,000 dating apps every day. Match Group. So Match Group who I think is originally behind Match.com, was one of the biggest. I believe they bought out everyone else. Match Group owns, they own Tinder. And then now they made a new like Hispanic Latino only version of it, which is called Chispa, which is owned by them. They own Match.com. Pretty sure they own some of the other apps that I have. I think they own Hinge and stuff now too. Like they own pretty much any of the semi decent apps. They own them. And what's funny is people's accounts, when they post on one platform, they get posted across all the platforms.
Oh, interesting.
With or without their knowledge, by the way. So,
Oh.
that's just an interesting thing. So, yeah, a lot of times you'll think it's bots, and it's just because, you're liking somebody from another platform. And I don't think it always goes across properly. Like, I don't think you can message, and it's always weird. But it's something I've noticed over the years is I've been using dating apps forever.
I mean, makes sense. You got to get that horizontal integration.
I mean, it's also just to inflate the numbers, I imagine, too.
I mean, yeah, more people.
More people are using our app.
Yeah, more people
Come
using
try
the app,
us.
more people looking, and of course covering the diversity of the dating pools, like you said. I mean, with the Hispanic focused app,
Which that one gets nothing. I never get anything off that one. Like, never got a single message. Pretty sure that one's actually just literally bots. I don't know.
You don't look Hispanic enough.
I mean that, but
Yeah.
there is white Hispanics on. There's people that look whiter than me on there.
That's true. There's some very light skinned Hispanics. out
Camera
there.
doesn't do it justice because we're white balanced to like be white. Because I like the color we have coming in with the lights, but yeah,
The power of the sun.
they're not that bad.
I mean, you're also not staring directly into it.
That's true.
I also don't stare at it. You look at me instead of looking at it.
See, I look at you, and it's just
Yeah,
like
it's just there.
it's
Yeah.
right.
It's like when you're trying to drive and the sun's like right there.
Yeah, just the
Yeah.
worst.
Yeah, you just stare at the lines in the road.
That's not a problem for me because I'm staring down, but for him, he's fucked.
It's like I'm trying to socialize with you guys, and I like looking in this direction at all. You guys look over here, you guys don't see anything.
Yep.
Yeah,
But I look in that direction, it's just like fuck you.
Yeah, it's a skill. You got to learn how to talk into the light.
To be fair, it could be worse if we didn't have that softbox in the grid.
Yeah, I can add the focal lens to it and just point it directly
Oh
at you.
God,
You can
That'd
have the
be
laser beam.
Awful.
I'm happy that you guys like actually like looked through different different variations of that light though, because the newer one that was just
Parabolic.
that was awful.
Yeah, well, that was the whole point of spending thousands upon thousands of dollars on all this equipment. Hooray!
Is that video up with you guys comparing all the lights yet?
No, I don't know where I'm going to include that, but it'll be somewhere eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll probably go in the pile of Is It Any Goods, the channel we never made.
There will be a video at some point showing all this stuff that we have for these podcasts. If you guys want to take a look at it.
Well, it doesn't show all the stuff, but it shows the different testing we did with all the different things and where we ended up and why we ended up with what we ended up with.
I mean,
Yeah.
you guys tested out the cameras and everything on there too.
Did we?
I don't think we did test out the cameras. We tested out all the lights and the different.
Well, we kept the camera.
Yeah, we kept the cameras, so clearly it was good.
Well, I mean, you guys, I thought you tested both the cameras with the lighting just to see like the differences and whatnot.
Maybe.
I don't think so.
No, you might be right. Maybe we checked it out, the difference with the lighting on the cameras. I don't know.
Mm.
Well, I think it was because I was testing this camera out, like if it was worth the money. And
Right.
plot twist, maybe not, but I mean, it's nice. The camera's worth a lot of money. Still should question setting that back or not. I don't know. I could just buy another ZV-E10. Then it won't have the color matching issues. But honestly, I like the stuff that one produces so much better. Like it just looks so much better, I think. I don't know.
Yeah.
In post.
Yeah, I mean, definitely looks pretty clean.
Yeah, and all these fucking arms just constantly dropping on us.
Yeah, these arms are fucking.
Well, I mean, that one's good. You're good because you have the,
Yeah, you've got the weight.
Yeah, I got the weight.
I need to get one.
yeah. Just like you need to get the clacker.
I'm gonna get the fucking.
Are you just gonna get a? You could fix the arm problem by just getting this arm and just attaching
you're
it to
not
there.
wrong. You're not wrong.
There's so many ways to fix this, and you've had the choice and you have the money. You just don't do it.
Yeah.
I'm watching you. I know you.
Mm-hmm. It is what it is.
No, it's not.
So yeah, all these people moving over to Red Note because fuck the U.S. government.
Right.
Me trying to ban Randnote in our house so that he can't use it.
Yeah.
Well, you tried, and I still have access to it.
Failed.
I didn't try that hard.
Yeah, that was like a 20-minute effort.
Right.
But I haven't
If you know anything
committed
about IT,
harder.
it's gonna take at least 5 hours to block it.
The biggest problem is I have to figure out where all it's going to. That's the hardest part.
A lot of Chinese servers.
Yeah. I'll just make a list and then block the whole list. And then our entire internet will be so much safer.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Meta and like X and all that is like still stealing your information.
Yeah,
I
but
don't
it's
use
not a
X,
foreign
so no.
adversary, so it's fine.
Right.
Yeah, it's for commercial interests versus foreign interests.
I mean, I don't disagree with the thought process that we should have some data privacy for our fucking U.S. data with U.S. companies.
100%. Well, not only that,
Europe
but
has it with the GDRP.
well, so anything
GDR.
that works in Europe also has to have the GDR stuff. Like anything on the internet is supposed to. So we can request our data, like to see what it is and all that. But the real thing is the act was put in place to stop foreign adversaries in regards to data brokers. All data brokers should just be banned or something. Like they should
Data
be regulated.
brokers specifically who send data to our foreign adversaries, which are 4 countries: Russia, China, North Korea, and Iran.
Yep.
So that's the scope and focus of this TikTok ban bill.
Yeah, it's not just TikTok. Everyone keeps saying that. I think that's to misdirect people, probably partially, but yeah.
Yeah. Because I mean, it's the biggest thing of note is TikTok, and it just sells.
Also, it's the
easier.
bad guy. Like we've painted it as the bad guy. Everyone knows it's the bad guy. So then we're gonna ban the bad guy or take care of the bad guy.
Exactly.
Vilified it. There we go. That was the word I was looking for.
Mm-hmm.
The people that vilified it though are mostly the U.S. news and shit,
Yeah,
which are paid by the government to say everything.
that's like U.S. news. Isn't
Other way
paid by the
around.
government. Yeah, flip that.
So who are they the bad guy to right now? Like,
But
as far as the Walmart Americans, like, because people on the right are Trumpers, and Trump is like, oh, I might save this app, and then people on the left are usually the like pro whatever the fuck TikTok is. So like, who are the base that this is appealing to right now, other than senators?
the base who the ban is appealing to.
Yeah.
Everyone with a grain of sense and salt.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm like, that's funny, but
Right. The only people that it's affecting is the like younger generation, the brain rot, the brain dead, the just people that
Because I
are
mean,
ADHD, ADDing, swiping all day. Like it affects those people.
I mean, it's just another flavor of the same bullshit I do on YouTube.
well, that's the thing too.
Yeah.
Is like before TikTok came about, was there still brain rot out there? Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Brain
We
rot's
had-
been around for forever.
Yeah, we've had Vine, but Vine died. Everything's died is the thing though.
But to the degree and level that TikTok has ruined people's attention spans and even emotional ability to control themselves, et cetera, it's like this wasn't that bad, as bad, before TikTok came into being. The TikTok has measurably and maybe irreversibly for a generation harmed the attention spans, the emotional control and well-beings of a generation of Americans.
What
And
about Coco Melon?
oh, that too, Coco Melon, absolutely.
Engineered to fry brains.
Yeah, there's so much of it out there that's designed and tailored.
I don't even know what the fuck that is.
Coco Melon's one of like the biggest like baby
It's
and
TikTok
like
for
children.
babies.
Exactly.
Oh,
Like literally, they say they've like tuned their fucking intro song to just trigger
I like the thing where it's like
attention span from like babies and children.
no episode has a static scene for more than like 2 or 3 seconds
Right.
because it captures babies' brains if it changes scene like every 2 seconds.
Yeah, that's why you see even in fucking videos today. It's like they gotta have those jump cuts, etc. So it's like the brain rot and the harm that these channels have done, and that not even that TikTok has fostered, I think has caused and will continue to cause major harm. And I think outside of national security concerns, I think would be a fair reason to ban it.
It's like the biggest thing is though is like I feel like the reason why we're going towards this, at least for people like me or people like Talon, is like we just need a distraction from fucking life.
Mm-hmm.
Is like the quality of life is
but that's what video games are
going
for.
down and down.
I mean, the quality. Well, so your quality of life is going down because you hadn't had a job for the past 3-4
Well,
months.
yeah, but what I'm saying is like the cost of living and shit just keeps going up. the
Well, that's-
inflation that we talked
Yeah,
about.
While that's true, it hurts you more when you don't have a job and you don't have any money.
But I mean, also, man, like we were talking about, like the statistics show, like I think it's 30 or something percent, 20 to 30% of Americans, millennials, are having to move back home because they simply can't afford to live. I mean, the cost of living has gotten to in insane levels. I mean, again, we've seen economic disparity greater than the Gilded Age, and I mean, people just can't afford to live. So yes, you have TikTok and you get tossed peanuts and distractions to avoid the reality of the situation.
Give them bread
Escapism.
and give them circus, and they will never riot.
Exactly. And now it's getting taken away. And it's kind of funny because both the politicians who want this to happen, who want to give you your peanuts so that way you can ignore the major issues, are also fomenting the outrage of a generation.
The other thing is too is that they want so people are doing research, and a lot of the people that voted yes on the TikTok ban have a lot of shares in like Meta.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It-
Doesn't surprise me.
They want us all to move over to the other apps that are
Mhm.
trying to do the same thing essentially. So it's very much a money.
They're doing the right thing for the wrong reason.
Yeah, exactly. And
Yeah.
I don't disagree. It's like I think there's some recent marketing surveys that marketing people expect that Meta and the other social media sites will make an extra $1 billion due to the TikTok ban. So I don't disagree that there is an influence to play when it comes to having that money coming in because of this ban. So there's not always good reasons for everything. It
Yeah.
is selfish.
So like moving over to Red Note is it's not just a fuck you to the U.S. government. It's a fuck you
Will not
to
care
all
in the
the
end.
people that are motivated for economic reasons, money reasons.
Red Note's a flash in the pan.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't expect Red Note to last very long.
I'm actually
This Red Note's going to
That
get
fuck,
targeted
you to,
next.
that fuck you to America by the people with the shortest attention span in America. Ain't gonna happen.
He's got a point there.
I mean, it's just like a 1-to-1 fucking replacement.
Is it though?
Yeah,
I mean,
so
they're
far.
literally modifying the algorithm now.
Modifying the algorithm and the app as they go day by day just to try and make it more TikTok like.
Well, it's just more U.S. friendly because it
Say
was
American
all
friendly.
in fucking Mandarin.
Yeah.
Like all the Chinese creators now, they're putting English subtitles, and
Too bad they're about to get IP separated.
Right?
but oh yeah, that's kind of a meme.
I mean, that's definitely a
Getting
thing.
shitified, sir.
Yeah, right. Because the Chinese censor board that is the Chinese government that exists in most major companies. Because if you have a Chinese company and you run social media, basically China always has a say on what's going on.
Well, first off, you run anything in China, China always has a say.
That's true. I mean, it's state law in China that basically the government there can come in and just like take whatever the fuck they want as far as like data is concerned, or it's not the company's property, it's the government's property of China.
Yeah, that's the whole reason why the TikTok ban, like, I guess, kind of started, getting steam in the first place, because there is a presence for TikTok in China, or at least the data centers. And the way Chinese law works is if you have a company that runs anything that gets data, the the government has to have access to the data by law.
Yeah.
They have to have a backdoor.
Essentially. So I mean, I've actually kind of lost my train of thought with this.
Yeah, my bad.
I do that all the time.
That's what we do here.
Right.
We were talking about Red Note being a flash in a pan, though.
Right. Yeah. Like I said, because that's the thing too. It's like for applications, I guess. I mean, are big creators going to move and really rebuild their whole platforms? Are people who go to this and follow these creators really going to go and make sure they follow every single one of them?
Some might.
Some might, but the vast majority will not put in that effort. Again, like Jerry said, these people don't have attention spans, let alone the will to make that kind of commitment.
I
True.
mean, for the creator side of things, though, like it's not really too much of a change because they're already posting on like 3 or 4 different websites at a time.
Yeah,
so-
sure, but I mean,
If they
how do you
are, some people
rebuild
aren't.
that whole platform. If you have 100,000 followers and you're moving to Red Note, are you going to get your 100,000 back? No, you might get half of them back. If that kind of
Half
thing.
is pretty generous.
I'll say half
Yeah,
is
yeah.
extremely generous.
I'm being very generous here. Half to a quarter, maybe.
Hey,
So-
Gary, have you tried this? Did I ever let you try one of these yet? This is the lime and prickly pear one.
familiar.
For Michelob. You want to try it? You want to pass this
I don't
down?
want to get up. Oh.
Well, I was gonna say we have enough hands. We have men. We have hands. We can make it
I
work.
was also gonna say, can we have a talk? Be about. Hold on. You know, for Michelob, that's pretty good.
That's what I'm saying. I opened it. I was like, maybe it tastes better with age. I don't know.
So, a be about it, don't talk about it moment. You were talking about needing a distraction from the world, and you're also talking about wanting to draw.
Yeah.
Put YouTube on in the background, grab the tablet.
I do need
The whole day's gone like before you know it, and then you're like, "What the fuck? It's already midnight."
Yeah, but
Right.
this is also the same guy that says he wants to learn editing and stuff, and I give him every opportunity to try to help edit the podcast, and he doesn't. The app's in there, everything's on the hard drive, and he just won't go grab it. He's fucking lazy, bro.
effort.
He is the problem,
The kids these days. What can you
Right?
do?
even though he's not that much younger than us.
I know.
I always just assume he's like our age, but like,
Right.
Like 29 now.
Right. I mean, he's only a
yeah, it's
year
basically our age.
younger than I am.
What year? Are you not? 31?
Nah, bitch, I'm 30. Don't you put that curse on me?
You're already 30. It doesn't matter.
I know.
Yeah, I'd be
Your
really
knees are already
bad.
broken. Everything's breaking. The check engine light's
Body's
on now.
falling apart. I know. Don't.
Don't worry, Kenneth. You're forever 29.
Exactly. Thank you.
You're never gonna break that 30 mark. We're gonna start talking
Never
like
gonna crack
women.
that
It's like
can.
we're we're never in our 30s. What are you talking?
We're 20, yeah. As we're like
Exactly.
60-year-old men.
Like
Yeah,
I understand why that secretary, when I used to work at Dorian, was like, "I'm 30 now. It's over." And it's like, "Bitch, you're barely 30." It's like, "No, I get it now. I get it. I understand, Cindy. I understand."
I don't.
Our
It's
lives
just
are
another
flashing by.
year.
Lives are going too fast.
hmm That's interesting because I was actually seeing some commentary on that of people like basically saying, the reason why whenever you're like 15 and the year feels like it takes forever, and now that you're 30, the year goes by like that. It's because you have, everything, up to if you're 15 years of life, 16 years of life, everything, that's all you've known. So it takes a lot longer to get there, kind of thing. But now that you're 30, you already had all these years, so just a matter of perspective, kind of thing.
It's like
It's also probably the amount of shit you do and the amount of shit you have to worry about and like adult stuff.
That's true too.
it's been like 10, 11 years since we've been in high school, and like it doesn't feel that long.
It feels like I don't
Like,
know.
As for me, I've
feels
done a
like
lot.
It's been a while, but like I still high school memories are still strong.
I have some of those.
I mean, I have some memories from high school. I mean, it's hard not to. I mean, high school's a big formative part of of a young
High school's
person's
where I
life.
peaked.
And there are some people who do just peak in high school. Not that we did.
Oh, you guys are in your peak right now. You guys aren't gonna go much higher than this.
Wrong. I need to find more friends or like better friend groups. Not saying you guys are bad, but I need to find people to do stuff I want to do with. You guys ain't it.
I mean, there's groups of people that can be found for anything, really.
Exactly.
I will say though that you guys peaking this fucking early in life though, and you guys are just gonna stay at this fucking peak for a while.
See, that's not a peak, it's a plateau.
Right.
Yeah.
But I'm going higher. Gotta go higher. Can't stop.
What tight
Can't stop.
going? Like this tight or like this tight?
Somewhere in the middle.
Well, I mean, it's dark.
Because I mean, that's the thing. It's like, you have to have ambitions to push you forward. And I mean, I know. I mean, I'm not. When I'm looking for jobs, I'm always looking for new jobs, different environments, more money, of course.
Yeah, but
Maybe
like,
breaking into management. Who knows?
it's like what I'm saying though is like that your guys' careers don't really go up that much from here.
Not as
Other than management, that's it.
as management's about the only other place we can go up, and from there,
The problem is
go
management
very
sucks.
high up.
But it's still, the problem is management sucks. You don't do much of the work anymore. You
Yeah.
just do,
You just do meetings and paperwork and handle budgets, and that's not fun.
Yeah.
It's like from what I've seen on the internet though, is like the most that you guys can do right now is like buying businesses, buying properties, stuff like that.
I mean, that's the good thing you should do if you want to fire or if you want to
Yeah, absolutely. I
have
mean, that's,
passive income or anything like
Mhm.
that.
Is like investments are the only real way that you guys can go up from where you guys are now.
yeah, I don't
Yeah.
disagree. Because I mean, it's definitely passive income. You always see that meme. It's like, I'm going to teach you how to make $10,000 a week or whatever the fuck bullshit. I mean, that's people just selling their fucking course and scamming you.
It's always a course.
But
If somebody's selling a course, don't buy it.
exactly. But the perspective to get to do passive income, to do sales or do rentals, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, you know, it just makes sense. Assuming that the economy doesn't fucking fail on you.
Because I think the most consistent income that you can make right now, like for buying businesses, based on what I've seen, is gas stations.
I mean,
I don't
guess.
get those credits.
What?
Huh? What? Oh, I said I don't get those tax credits.
Same. But also, I mean, it is on some level where you have a captive audience.
Mhm.
The weird part is like gas itself has, I believe it has pretty low margin. It's all about the, upsell of everything inside.
All the
Right.
beer I go buy.
Well, the selling the gas is just a very consistent thing. Like no one ever really loses out.
Yeah,
if
absolutely.
you buy a gas station.
I guess.
I
I
mean,
don't know. Like I said, the margin's pretty low. It takes a while to pay off. Like gas stations are not cheap.
but it is definitely consistent income for sure. I mean, honestly, rentals, if you weren't fucking crazy and actually undercut the market a little bit,
I say, well, you don't even have to do that.
I know you don't have to do that, but still.
I was say the biggest thing is property.
Yeah.
You buy property and rent it out.
And then the very higher ups are trading in fucking commercial properties.
I mean, the very higher ups are having stocks work for themselves.
Or you invest in investment groups.
Yeah.
Buy out a whole HOA.
I mean, you can invest in investment groups that own HOAs.
I mean, you can do like
Also, HOAs don't really make money. Like,
right.
Well, I meant like they
Subdivisions.
buy out the entire fucking neighborhoods.
what?
Like companies that are buying out entire neighborhoods and shit.
Oh, you're talking about property. This goes back to property.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, property is a thing.
Talking about like BlackRock when they bought that 1,000-home new development up there in Sherman.
BlackRock probably owns every single development that's here.
I mean,
BlackRock owns everything.
BlackRock or Blackstone, they specifically bought that one, but I mean, they have investments in it. Because again, like we talked about, they're an investment company for 401ks and shit.
How many houses in this neighborhood do you think are owned by bigger companies?
All of them. Literally every single one. Like this one was a History Maker home. That's a company. That's a big company. I don't know who owns them, but somebody owns them. And the same thing. Castle Rock, History Maker. The only one that's like is its own and also does homes is DR Horton.
It's just
Who
trash
else?
homes.
Yeah, right. Basically, any of the homemakers are owned by somebody else, some investment group.
Yeah, exactly. Somebody wants return on investment for money. and houses
Shit, I mean,
are
most
pretty big.
companies, once they're publicly traded, are generally owned by an investment group because the investment group invests most of the money into them and owns like the largest
Because
percentage.
there's institutional investors and then there's I forget the other term for it. It's basically like regular investors like you and me. And institutional investors usually own a good chunk of these companies because it would just make sense.
I mean, the only way to avoid the takeovers was it like keep 60 or 70% of your shares.
Yeah, but nobody does that
Right.
Yeah.
unless
The
they're smart,
The point's to make money.
right?
True.
It's to grow capex and opex and everything like that.
Right.
I feel like, well, I'd never be in this position in my life, of course, but like, I feel like if I was like a leader of a company like this, I wouldn't want, like, I wouldn't want to be beholden to a larger company like that.
No,
So,
and
I
even
mean,
if
that's why companies stay private.
yeah, if any of my stuff, like if the shop thing worked out to the point where I could buy multiple and make it into a franchise, I would never sell it publicly unless, like, I would never go public with it. But I would maybe sell it, like if
Yeah, I was
say
gonna say, isn't that the point?
well, no, it's not. I mean, I don't really care. But like if some large company, like say like a Crash Champions or whatever, but a mechanics equivalent, so like NTB or Firestone, if they come and say, hey, we see you're running 5 shops or whatever that all make this much money, we're going to give you this many millions of dollars, then I'd be like, if the numbers work out, obviously I didn't negotiate, but if the numbers worked out, I'd be like, yeah, okay, cool, and then just take my lump sum and walk away.
Yeah.
And also, you wouldn't have to deal with it anymore.
Correct. But the hope is that they run themselves, to the point where I can purchase another one and like just continue growing. It's the same thing with houses too.
Mhm.
You rent a house, you buy a house, rent it enough, and then it starts making enough profit to where even after you have saved up for emergencies or for problems, then you put that rest of that money into another house.
Yep.
You have to keep rolling the income into more houses to get the tax breaks for it. That's why real estate investors and that's why real estate people get like a shit ton of houses. That's why they become slumlords and shit. Because basically every year you have to take your extra income and buy another house to get tax credits or to get the to not get taxed on the money. That's the secret.
Mm-hmm.
The money starts rolling.
Yeah. Another thing, I've looked into FIRE, or finance, or what the
Was it financial independent early retire
Yes, thank you. Or retire early, yes.
or retire early? Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, like, I don't know. The FIRE subreddit is, I don't know. People, they live for, and I get the idea, their whole, I'm not spending anything. I'm living in a fucking shoebox. My car is 30 years old. I'm saving every last dime from my job, and putting it into, S&P 500, stable stocks and bonds kind of thing. But I'm like, there, in my opinion, there has to be a balance between, that
Enjoying it life now.
and enjoying life now. I'm not to say, because I see so much on, people on TikTok and whatever, where they'll like, I don't care about debt. I'm, $50,000 in debt because I've spent, I'm going to vacations in fucking Paris or whatever, or the Caribbeans, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Because like, those people will be in debt forever with that kind of mentality. They'll never be able to escape that trap because their thoughts are of the day and not of the future, versus FIRE folks, which are, by the time I'm 40 something or 50 something, I'll have all the money and I can retire and then start living life. But at that point, you're 50, 40 something, and
I feel like my
We need to start traveling more on that note.
I don't disagree.
I feel like my aunt has it kind of figured out. Like she got into a timeshare and like she goes on
Life
vacation.
sustains.
She goes into a like a week vacation every year, to a different state. That's kind of lit.
I mean, some timeshare stuff can work out that way. Timeshare is large percentage of scam unless you use it all the time, which sounds like she's using it all
Yeah,
the time.
she's using it all the time.
Right.
So good for her. I mean, because if you're the type of person that can get out and like make it work every year or however long, it is worth the money to do that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But yeah, other than that, like no, it's not. And most of them are scams. So.
Yeah, most of them are scams, and especially with blackout dates and limited availability and such.
Yeah.
I mean, I believe she has to schedule it like probably like a month or two in advance. But
That's usually how it works. Yeah.
yeah.
That's not too bad though.
And there's only so many places that are available, but like
Right.
as long because apparently like the places that are part of the timeshare, like they're nice houses and
Usually are.
reasonable areas.
So that's the cool thing is like if you get into a nice like countrywide timeshare system like that, then the cool part is you don't even have to decide where you want to go. You go like, hey, I have money, saved up. I want to go somewhere in 2 months from now, and then you go to schedule, and you only have so many places you can go. It's choosing for you, and you're just like, yeah, fuck it, gotta go.
But it also begs the question: if she has a limited selection, how much would it be for a fucking Airbnb or a hotel? I mean, how much is she paying to where that's more reasonable? Because that's the thing too. If you were just to rent an Airbnb or something, the variety of selections and locations you could go was much broader versus a timeshare. If you're already paying, $2-3 grand a year plus, or however much it could be,
I mean, I've been hearing that Airbnbs are like
I was
famous.
gonna say public sentiment for Airbnb is tanking hard.
I don't
Yeah,
disagree.
Airbnbs and
I
stuff.
wouldn't
Airbnb
send
is
my
fucking
I wouldn't
awful.
send like my older family to deal with one right now. The way it sounds.
No. I don't disagree.
I was about to go take one when I go to Vegas. You ready for that penthouse? Because that's the cheapest way to get the penthouse, just through an Airbnb, basically. Although they all have good reviews, so I don't know. I'm down with it.
Because Airbnbs were used to be good for sure, but then the whole cleaning fees and the everything else fees and the here's the laundry list of things you need to do.
I think I did hear they're introducing something to cut back on that.
Well, it's because people are getting greedy and stupid. Like
Yeah.
it's the host, the bad hosts that are doing that. It's the people that are buying like shit tier
Oh, they're
properties and
starting to
putting
be
it on
like
there.
landowners.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the slumlords doing the slumlord thing, but harder because Airbnb allows them to do it.
Right.
That's really what it is. It's just people fucking it up for everyone else. Because there are people that have like multiple houses, plenty of money, and they're just like, I can make some extra money by renting out my nice house. People can go have a good time. And some people actually, some Airbnb hosts, like, you'll see the TikToks or the reels and all that. Some people actually like pride themselves on being good hosts and like keeping things clean, keeping things nice. Like they put in so
Right.
much effort in some of their properties. It's
Yeah.
really nice. Most people don't because they want the that's, I guess it gets into a mental divider of the people that want passive income are not the people that kind of deserve and like should have passive income. Technically, it's the people that like strive for it, that like will do everything, that'll go watch these courses, do all these things, follow these financial YouTubers, follow all these YouTubers that say they do all this shit. Those are the kind of people that you shouldn't and kind of can't do that because their mentality is different. And there's the people that are successful that just do stuff on the side because they want to. It's like kind of a more philanthropic thing or whatever.
It's like the people that do it as like they actually treat it like a job versus the people that are just like it's a passive income. You set it and forget it.
Yeah. No, and most passive income stuff isn't truly passive anyway.
No. I mean, the only passive income is when you get fucking, multimillionaire and your passive income is shares. That's about the only thing that's passive because number always grows.
I wish my fucking shop was more passive.
Right. But other than things like that, everything usually requires active investment of time and energy or whatever.
I think property is the most passive because just if you get a management company and that's it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Problem is though, it's still my thing is just trusting people. Eve taught me years ago to never trust any human being on the planet, and it kind of works out every single time. People fucking suck is the general consensus.
Even RuneScape scammers.
No, Eve's so much worse. But yeah, never trust anybody. Eve taught me to never trust a single living person.
I mean, when it comes down to it, like in RuneScape, like you can just earn all that stuff back. It doesn't take a lot of time. I imagine with the Eve though, like you lost like a lot of fucking hours in that.
It doesn't take that long to swipe my credit card.
The thing with Eve is like when you get to people that like scam, multi-billion-esque corporations and stuff. I mean, like there's people that have taken down some of the largest alliances in the game just by doing that.
All right.
I just imagine the crying rage face as he's swiping his credit card again.
Just whatever it
For a
takes
new
to make
fleet
that
of
back.
stealth
Maybe.
battleships.
Yeah. So it's always weird.
A lot of
Mhm.
and shit, they have like a tight part like right underneath the breast area.
That's what I was kind of saying, like something like really tight around the stomach.
Yeah, just like right around this area.
I'll look into that a little later.
I have no idea what he's drawing over there.
Probably porn.
No.
Porn light.
The
Soft
porn part was only for anatomy practice. Now I'm making it real.
So real porn?
No.
Sure.
Tune in next week where he's actually there's intercourse on his tablet. You'll never see it.
Hardcore.
But-
Fuck.
I mean, he might post it on his Twitter. I mean, his ex.
Well, I mean, that's what I do.
It'll be hentai. It'll be just a
X
fucking.
everything up.
Right.
It'll be inflation, and
No.
impregnation,
I
and
understand some of that stuff.
breeding, and
Just follow him on Friendzenny.
Yeah.
Yeah, to see what this man's been drawing in on during the podcast.
sure.
Absolutely.
I mean, it does technically end up there eventually.
Gotta shout out the socials.
Everything flows down.
That's why we give everybody's name at the beginning.
It's like I'm sure that like somebody that watches this podcast is just like, what is this guy drawing?
I mean, at some
I
point.
mean, I would ask that question.
Exactly, and you
That's
know
not
where to
right there.
find it. I mean, shit. I imagine David's probably would link our socials down below, right?
No. Who
No,
the hell who do you think I am?
all you have to do is
Now
copy
you're a
and pasta.
professional.
You just make a
I was about
copy
to say,
pasta for all of them.
That's a totally
Nah.
standard thing.
It's like a paragraph of like what we general ideas of what we talk about on the podcast, and then just social medias.
Everyone knows David's a professional until it requires effort.
So what you're saying is that we need to make it and send it to you.
I mean, I don't care either way.
See, that's the meme. I can say that, and then I'll never have to worry about it. Everybody hear a lot of talk until it comes to doing something.
I mean, I could probably just whip one up really quick, at least for the social media part. That really doesn't take too much effort.
Remember,
You ain't gonna do it.
this is the guy who's been given weeks to be able to edit any of
Oh,
this stuff,
weeks.
the software. Dude, yeah, he's been saying, "Oh, I'll do it.
You
Yeah,
gotta
I'll
say
take a look at
months.
it." Well, yeah, probably months now, but still.
At this point, yeah.
I thought you want to be an editor.
You know what? Fine. After this podcast, you can show me where the fucking hard drive is. I'll hook it up to my computer and I'll transfer the stuff over.
All right, I'm gonna check on that when I'm here Friday.
All right. I'll
Call
guarantee
bullshit.
that I have the software, but I can't guarantee I've actually done anything with the video editing.
I say productively shamed.
All right.
Hey, the most important step is the next one.
Yeah.
You-
Unless
you
you're
got that
currently
quote,
falling,
didn't
then
you?
the most important step is the one you fucked up on.
God damn it. It sounds like you need to get to work.
Oh, that's that quote. And the quote wasn't from that. It was from Brandon Sanderson,
Oh.
Wave Kings.
Oh.
He's like, I know that you read fantasy stuff, so I assume that you probably read those books too.
Surprisingly, no.
Oh shit! Have you read Mistborn?
No. I think it's on I think it's on a list I need to.
He's like, I still need to read the third book to The Way of Kings, but after that, I want to get into the Mistborn series.
Hmm.
They're like on the level of Name of the Wind as far as how
yeah.
big they are.
I mean, I just realized the word
Which-
read is being thrown around.
Which if I recall correctly, Name of the
Greed
Wind is
or
finally
breed?
getting a fucking
Read.
second book.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Supposed to listen.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's actually out yet. Let me look.
It's actually kind of funny you mentioned Mistborn because I think I have a friend of mine who's in a book club and they're reading that.
The book is just so fucking big.
You don't have friends.
Fuck you.
Friends
But it's-
or
but it's
online
Rod.
groups?
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Because I was asking him about, I think we're working on something and he's like, oh yeah, I got to hop off early so I can, read this chapter for my book club. Apparently he's doing a 24-hour race. So,
Odd. He doesn't strike me as the kind of person to get into a book club. That's fucking weird.
yeah. I think they were reading Mistborn.
Cool.
So I'm like, oh, that's neat to check that out. Although, I don't know. Like, that's the thing too.
Oh, it is. Book 2 does exist. I was thinking of fucking book.
If I was
3.
going to be part of a book club, I like reading, and I just can't stop. If I was like, oh, we're going to read between these chapters, I'm just like, God damn it, I can't put this book down. I need to know what happens.
Oh, so he made so 2.5 has been out for a while, and now there's a 2.6.
Oh.
There's still no book 3.
Hmm.
What is it? Is he secretly Lord Gaben? Is that his pseudonym? Can't make
go
threes?
That's
to
what this shit sounds like.
He will never make a book 3.
I mean, it sounds like he's getting more books out than fucking George R. R. Martin.
True.
That man will be dead before that last book gets finished.
See, that's a great thing about reading Brandon Sanderson, though, is that this dude fucking loves writing. There's a lot of fucking books.
Yeah.
See, that's a good part about me reading all the books series that have completed years ago because I don't have that problem. I have
Right.
to read all the way through and then I'm done.
I mean,
Books
Brandon
I'm reading are from the 80s or 70s or something. It's from whenever, it was before flash drives. Oh, I think I've
Shit,
got
90s,
to,
bro.
like, the
I was gonna
90s.
say, yeah, it would have been 90s.
I mean, but
Ah, man,
BattleTech
gotta
started
bust
in
out
the
those zip
80s. Though.
drives, man.
Shit, no, it's all about the what is it? The floppy drives, well, floppies, because that
No,
used
they
to
have
be-
data crystals because it's 80s future.
Damn. Nah, shit, man. We're using quantum crystals made with diamonds.
Actually, it's 80s dystopian future, which is a lot more upbeat than our current dystopian future views.
Bro, when you look at some of the shit from back then, like the original Blade Runner, and see like the same thing with Star Trek, and see some of the technologies we have today, where they're like, huh, that's not as cool as like it could have been, even though like those are they're all like dystopian like allegories and for things future that we could go on and be on, and we get closer to all those all the time, and I'm like, that feels great.
Yeah. I mean, definitely the amount of technological progress we've seen in the last, I'll say, 100 years compared to all of human history, incomparable.
Oh shit, not even 100, even last like basically our lifetime, last 30 years. The
Absolutely.
technological advancements within our lifetime have been
Yeah.
astronomical.
But I mean, just think, we went from flight to space in no time at all compared to human history.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. We haven't really done a lot of shit with space since then.
Well,
This is where I'd put my translate engine if I had one.
I mean, like NASA's constantly looking at new technology and such. And I mean, SpaceX is doing a lot of, good work making space, getting to space
Yeah, but
cheaper. and
SpaceX is
reusable.
new. SpaceX is new, and they're doing, I think, honestly, some of the most. Because to be fair, it's because NASA was super cucked by the last
30 years.
No, not 30 years, because it was okay in the thousands. I think after 9/11, their funding has been horribly
Also,
cut.
no one gives a fuck, but Blue Origin just got their first orbital up.
I did see
That's
that.
very surprising.
Out of curiosity, I just looked this up. 1984 by George Orwell is not banned in China. I thought it would be.
That's odd,
I would have figured it would have been.
right?
I'm actually kind of surprised.
Well, no, 1984 is like all about Big Brother and stuff.
Yeah.
But what about Animal Farm? Is that banned in China?
Animal Farm
No, it's
has
not.
to be banned in China.
He was like, when I brought up the
They might. So okay. They might not be banned because there might be a Chinese version at this point.
Or they might not be banned because you can't even get them.
It's like this was the first post when I looked it up. It says specifically the 1984 and the Animal Farm. Neither of are banned in China.
Interesting.
But do you trust translators to translate it properly and faithfully?
That's true.
That's also a good point. I'd have to like look around to see if because there has to be somebody that's read both the American and the Chinese version.
Oh, yeah.
Although to be fair, I can understand like with Animal Farm, culturally, they would make the pigs out to be the Americans, and the poor oppressed Chinese to be the rest of the farm animals. And as for 1984, that one,
That would make it to where Big Brother good. I don't know.
that's the thing too. Is like I don't know culturally how they would swing that.
Big Brother is just
They would just say that the main character was lived a lot better life after the rats.
I guess actually, we've always been at war with Eurasia.
On that note, man, that one game's pretty good. The one I was playing. I forget the name. Oh, Forever Winter.
Oh yeah.
Shit was
The
fun.
dystopian.
Super grungy. I like it. I like the whole static of that
I mean,
game.
the art style is really nice.
Uh-huh.
Is that the extraction shooter?
Mhm.
You got back into it?
We got super far and only did the mean that we're doing with Delta Force, where we found one mission. We know all of its ins and outs exactly, and that's all we played.
Was it the first or the second one?
That was the first mission.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah, we just did the first mission repeat forever because we're like, we can maximize profit this way. We don't have to run a million miles. We know what the enemies spawn all the time. Like we know, depending on what enemy spawns and what version of the map we get, like how things are gonna go. And then also we know when to run the fuck away because scary things are happening.
You run away whenever you see other fucking players because they might be running max skits.
Huh? No, I'm talking about for Forever Winter, but
Right.
Delta Force. No, in Delta Force you run at them. You do the sticky thing where we just run straight at them, face first, butthole spread.
I mean, I'd do that if Dakota was in my team. I don't know how good Sticky is at shooters.
Sticky's pretty good.
You can't spread the butthole. Our classic strategy is the impenetrable anus.
Well, no. When you run at them, you spread yourself for them to insert because it's going to happen.
He's like, that's the fun
Then
thing
you
about
close the trap.
Bite that shit off.
But that's the fun thing about playing any game with Dakota, though. It's like you know that this guy is most likely just gonna kill their entire team before you even fucking get there.
I don't know if he's that good at extraction shooters. I know he's decent, but I don't know if he can solo whole parties.
I mean, he's with how many times I've seen that happen when we were playing like PUBG back in the day.
Yeah, but PUBG's a little different.
Yeah,
The time to kill on PUBG is way higher versus like Tarkov or any of the other extraction shooters. In fact, I think I played with Dakota a couple times on Tarkov. Didn't go great. Also, to be fair, Tarkov's just that way. But Delta Force wasn't too bad. I played with him on Delta Force, and like I'd say he's pretty much kind of similar on par with Sticky.
so you get him, Sticky, and you on a team, and you guys can just take on the fucking world.
We can have fun. Now, there are plenty of times I get fucking dirtied on in that game.
Yeah, but imagine they probably turn around and fucking light the dude up.
Oh yeah, no. Usually, like, it's funny if Sticky's down. I'm like, well, I guess that's how that works. Is like if Sticky goes down first, then I have to carry or we die because that's it. It's
Carmichael ain't doing it.
no. If Sticky's down, Carmichael fell over at the same time. That's usually how it works. Carmichael's having a me problem. He's like, dude, every time like there's even a remote like inkling of a fight, he's like, I just fall over before I even get to shoot. I was like, yeah, that happened to me the other day.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
The game is like that. And it'll just be like, I don't know, I sound whore pretty hard. So I'm like, I hear the pitter patter of feet. I don't know what type of feet, because it could be AI, it could be a person. I'm like, they run weirdly. It's probably a person.
You know, it'd be nice to get another fucking battle royale that's like in the style of PUBG, except I guess more Tarkov.
They have that.
Well,
It's Tarkov.
It's just Tarkov.
It's called Tarkov Arena, homie.
Oh, is it actually a battle royale?
Yes and no. It's more of like TDM, but with Tarkov mechanics and Tarkov like loot.
Okay,
Interesting.
it's like I feel like I'd kind of enjoy like a more Tarkov-y experience battle royale.
So there is one of those that exists though. It's a VR game. I think it's Onward. One of them.
Yeah.
One of the VR
yeah.
battle royales is that way.
I think it's Onward.
Yeah, I actually was playing one of the VR. There's a VR Tarkov that's actually pretty cool. But man, like in VR, as you're trying to aim at a dude across the map, so like normally, you know, you look at a screen and you just see tiny pixels. But whenever it's like you're like trying to aim with your gun, you're like, I can't fucking I'm like trying.
Right.
All those, you know, all the inaccuracies, but also like physical limitations of the pixels in my eye and the pixels in that dude's head and the pixels in my sight post. Like I'm struggling.
It's
Yeah.
like I need we need better technology for these displays before I can snipe that far.
I mean, they're actually
Get
getting
that-
pretty good.
Get the fucking Pimaxes and shit.
Yeah, there's some new screens out there where you can't see the screen door. The screen door effect is non-existent.
I mean, the Index
pixel
pretty much
density.
has that already,
I
but
heard that the big screen one's actually pretty close to that. The only
Yeah.
downside to it currently is like was it lens flare or something like that with the lenses on it.
Maybe I know with big screen. The big problem is that it's custom sized for the person.
I mean, that's not really a problem.
Well, it's
though.
not a problem if you own it, but like you can't share it because it's not going to fit other people properly.
Yeah, but I
problem
mean,
if you family time or hang out with people. And
Yeah,
try to have
exactly.
fun.
yeah, I imagine like the best thing to do in that case, if you do want another headset to like share with friends, is probably just get like a Quest or some shit though.
Yeah, yeah.
You're relegated to the shitbox version of VR. Yeah, but Quest, I don't think is a good like intro to VR for some people. For some people, it's acceptable, but I don't think it's good enough.
Because frame rate's too low.
I don't know. Also because the game quality is low. You know, everything's got to have fucking.
You can just look
Clay
at it on the
graphics.
computer.
It's still clay graphics.
Fuck.
Like for most stuff, like I think there's a way to get around it to use
Yeah.
Steam VR properly.
No, yeah, you can use it with Steam VR and it has full compatibility.
But from the people I talked to that use it, it still doesn't show stuff as good as like the Index.
I don't know. I would if it's being powered by the PC itself, unless it's just a limitation of
I
the
thi-
USB-C cable.
And then maybe either that or like it's a limitation of the Quest itself, unless you do the weird.
The Quest shouldn't even be doing anything.
Well, it's because they still have to use the Quest store or the Quest whatever the fuck it is.
If they have it hooked up to a PC,
Yeah.
then it
If you're
should just
hooked
be
up
acting
to
like a regular headset.
Yeah. From what I've heard, they just act like a regular headset. Like you can play in VR chat and shit, and not be in Quest mode.
Even people that are doing that still shows up as Quest and VR chat.
Didn't we have a problem with Shadow in this whole thing?
Yeah, that too. But also other people that use it, I've asked them like, hey, you know, what about plugging this in your computer? And like, even still, like the real proper way to get it to do Steam VR, like 100% the right way, is you have to like do some weird hacky side stuff with it.
You basically have to emulate a fucking index.
Something else. It doesn't even matter. It doesn't have to be even the Index or
It's
Vive.
strange because I thought Steam VR had proper driver support for the Meta.
I think it does, but I still think it's cucked or something. I don't know.
I
Either that or it's just
don't know.
like, so
I'd have
either
to
it's a
get one and
hardware,
see because I'm curious.
right?
I guess we'll have to do some research into it later.
All right, so we're going to Micro Center.
We I thought we covered this too when we talked to the guy. He said even whenever we plug it in, it's not as good as the Index. Because we asked, we
Well,
talked
yeah.
about that.
It's not as good as the Index, but I mean the Index.
Yeah, but the new Meta Quest 3, hardware wise, is supposed to be as good, if not better. Supposed to. I don't like
In the
it.
end, I know for a fact the Quest is still better than the headset that I currently have.
That's the regular Vive.
It's the original OG Vive from
Yeah.
friggin' that was the first VR heads commercially commercially available VR headset for people.
It's like Sam let me use his
Well, the Quest existed.
Quest when he was
Yeah, the Quest did, but
he let me use his Quest when he was over here for that little bit, and like the screen door effect was just so little in comparison to that fucking thing.
Mm-hmm.
That was a Quest 2, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Because I mean, we've used the original Quest because that's what Josh had.
That sucked.
Yeah, I mean that's also the thing too. Is like with the Vive, is that you have the tracking.
Which Vive?
Well, with either Vives, you have the I forget what the tracking is called.
I know it's IR Constellation, whatever. Well, Constellation is the newest one. Huh? Yeah, I was just talking about that earlier. Yeah. My computer's broken right now.
All right.
Rip.
So I think with the Vive versus the Quest, because I mean the Quest you were limited to those little fucking stands and like it was blasting that little IR bullshit at the headset versus the
Well,
Vive.
the first Quest was cameras.
Right.
It used cameras to determine its location.
Yeah.
Versus the
Vive.
lighthouses, which blast IR everywhere, and then the headset, like I guess, computates where it is in the environment based on it receiving IR or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and then now the new one with the Cosmos is the Constellation, which is I think the opposite, which is what
the Cosmos is inside out,
which
6
is what
degrees.
the Quest uses, because
Yeah.
Quest uses that now.
Because that's ideally what people want to work towards, because then you have unlimited movement in that sense.
The problem is I still even hear that the tracking is still better with the Vive stuff.
Yes, the tracking is still better because with the tracking with Vive, you can get down to like 0.1 millimeters of accuracy.
Yeah, and then you also get the Vive trackers, which you like me add feet or add legs and pelvic thrusting.
Yeah, you can't really do that with the. I mean, people have found like workarounds, but you can never get it as good as the actual trackers.
Yeah.
Well, there's other tracker systems now that do other things.
That's what I'm saying, but those will never be as good as like the Vive ones.
Yeah.
Well, there's new ones that actually use the Vive technology that aren't as expensive. The Vive ones are just expensive.
yeah,
Well,
but
I
I
was
mean, he's
talking
just
about
saying
the
like
ones
they're
that
not
don't use
using the same
lighthouses.
technology. Those ones are.
Yes.
But that's what he's saying is like the ones that don't use that aren't as accurate.
The ones that are guessing where they are.
Yeah, exactly. Just using like the accelerometers to be like, I think we're here.
Yeah.
The constant calibrating for those.
Apparently, those are getting
What
a
are you,
little better.
Garrus?
There's a bunch of
Calibrating?
those now.
I mean, and I imagine they're getting pretty good, but there's always going to be a little bit of a desync with how they work. You're going to have to recalibrate quite often.
I don't know. Probably depends on your space. If your space doesn't move, it probably stays the same.
Maybe.
Well, I mean, it's all based on like so like the way that they detect where they are is like the same sensors that your phone has.
Yeah, it's
There's only
using
so much-
accelerometer and gyroscope, etc., to just try and guess where it is and then go from there.
Right.
Exactly.
Well, the biggest thing is it has to also do with like your height and everything.
Yeah.
Because it takes into play your body existence, and if you put them in the right spot, it shouldn't be an issue.
I wonder if they also ping each other to like guess the distance between the devices as well.
Maybe. I mean, they'd be
don't know.
smart if they did. If they could, if they knew where they were on your body and they know where they are, then they could accurately guess
It's like-
distances.
It's like the missiles, U.S. missile system. They know where they are because they know where they aren't,
Yeah.
Exactly.
and they know where they aren't because they know where they are.
I guess it would beg the question on how they do calibration. Because I know, like with the Vive, in the index, he's like, you put it down on the ground, you put the controllers down on the ground, then it knows this is ground, and then
Well,
it goes up from there.
They
So
do
for,
like a calibration thing where like you strap everything on the locations it says, and you could calibrate, and then you move like you do steps and stuff because it doesn't. So the Vive knows where it is in 3D space. Those things do not. Those things only like know based on what your body type is. Like I said, so like you have usually for even the Vive you have 3 sensors, one for each ankle or leg, and then one for like your stomach, chest, whatever your core
Right.
area, and so. It knows from the accelerometers, like whenever basically I think the calibration process tells you like raise your leg or move your leg or whatever, however, and it determines off of that.
Interesting.
And then that it just mimics that exact input when you're in VR.
Okay, well that makes sense because it knows the speed, the distance, etc. The
It tracks you based on where it thinks it was, or based on the base of 0, and 0 is at
Right.
rest, standing,
Right.
whatever.
It's like that's why you see people in like VR chat always like they'll just like T-pose to fucking recalibrate and shit.
Well, that's actually a VR chat calibration. That's a different, because sometimes the VR chat calibration gets weird. Even with my trackers, it does that. It'll be like something wrong. Like, so if you go in the Vive menu, you can see all the trackers on you physically. That's the cool part about going into the VR mode or going into the menus. You see all the stuff in real time, real space. But then when you get in the game doesn't know. So you have to go T-pose, and you're supposed to put your controllers and everything where they're supposed to be. And that's how because it calibrates based on your avatar and stuff.
Interesting.
Yep.
I wouldn't know. I've never done that, but it sounds interesting.
I've done full body like a couple times. It's fun.
Hmm.
I mean, it doesn't change anything. But the funny part is, like, since I had it up in my bed, I could literally just go jump and land on my bed and just lay there. Although everything uses DSL Loco or DSR Loco or whatever, the plugin for all the avatars now, so everyone can just fake full body for everything.
Interesting.
You know, on a similar note to social games, we still need to get on Tower Unite.
On what?
Tower Unite.
Oh, Tower
Yeah.
Unite.
I was on there like 2 or 3 days ago. I spent like all night doing horse races.
Ah,
So did you make any money?
it's a horse
I actually
race.
made a profit.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
How much?
About 100,000.
Not bad.
Not bad.
Not bad at all.
Also, I love how this cat's now just over here by itself.
It was scary for a moment though, because I went all the way down to like 80K, and I started off at like 160. I was just like, no.
Really risking it all.
I just need to go hit the blackjack and just keep doubling it.
Exactly.
Bet everything on black.
I wish they had a
roulette.
higher stakes blackjack.
They do.
They do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
have
Oh, no,
different
no.
tables.
it might be higher stakes hold'em.
Yeah, they have
Yeah,
higher
that's-
stakes hold'em, but I want higher stakes blackjack. I want to be able to fucking bet, $100,000, $200,000. Just let me bet the fucking
He
farm.
just wants to lose it all.
The highest bets I believe are on the horse races and poker.
Because I think blackjack maxes out at 50K.
Was it 50 or I thought it was 10? But yeah.
It might have been 10. Whatever it was is too low for my taste.
Yeah, you can also double down though.
Yeah, sure, but I want to be able to say start a bet at 100K, then double down. 200K bets. Let's go.
It would be nice to just have like it's like having horse races be the thing that, well, no, it's horse races and roulette. Yeah, I think those are the two that you can bet the highest. But only having those two games for like the high bidder people.
High rollers.
Well, highest thing you can bet on is the Texas Hold'em in the high room. 'Cause also, that's how you wealth transfer. Somebody has a lot of money. They're just like, yeah, go bet here. Bet max and then
that's
lose.
true.
The amount of
Trade money.
the amount of time that people have spent in that fucking game to get like as much money as they do must be fucking insane.
Some people might just be lucky and hit the jackpots on the people that just go in and like play the slots in the game are crazy.
It's like people who play penny slots. Just
Yeah, dude, pulling that lever, it's a dopamine hit for sure.
yeah.
So much cooler in person.
Wheel of money.
Yeah, casinos are more fun than video games in person.
So the weird part is the fucking coin slots. Like I tried to do the coin slots at Circus when I was there. Fucking sucked ass or nothing. Honestly, the things I earned money on were the video game ones. The ones where whenever I click, so I unlike normal people, I went through and I read the rules to figure out how I could win, what I was looking for, all that good stuff. And whenever I hit the rules and the machine had fucking over 100 pages of rules that say how you win, I knew there was an issue, but we won a lot of money on those.
Yeah, there's new games where you can't even bet max because they're fucking quarter machines and you bet max and you've spent $1,000 because
Yeah.
there's literally like 2,000 lines that are just it's just everywhere. It's fucking insane.
It is pretty insane.
Like it's the fastest way to separate a person from their money because there's some people who just literally just go there, fucking put their fucking credit card in, deposit in 50K, just bet max, pull, bet max, pull. They just sit all day, just sit there, just that's all they do.
Yep. I mean, that's kind of the fun thing about like playing the online games is that they're not completely rigged against you like the actual like Vegas and shit.
I mean, that's always the rule. The house always wins.
Yep. But in video games, it's like there's no point to the house always winning, so they just don't put all those in place.
I
That's
don't
not
know.
true.
I refuse to believe
When
that.
I was a kid, I always bankrupted in Hoyle Casino.
Right. Also,
Yeah.
PSOU had that. Fucking anywhere that has gambling, it always has a house.
Oh, you talking about the weapon upgrade thing?
No. That's also gambling too. But no, I'm talking about
The
in
house always wins in,
PSO2
Black Desert.
when there was the casino, not PSO2, PSOU. There was the casino, the giant roulette casino, where you literally put coins on the giant board and just everyone just sat on it.
I made so much money doing that.
Yeah.
It's like I just looked at the log and it was just like, all right, so it has not hit this one at all. Put all my money on there. I might have to go like 1 or 2 rounds before I win, but I always won.
The biggest thing was just the people that sit there for hours all day, fucking bet it all on 0 or 00, and then then they would hit it and then make fucking buku money.
Yeah.
It sucks because I try to take that same mentality and apply it to Tower Unite, and I lost so much fucking money. So Tower Unite's roulette table might be slightly rigged for all I fucking know. The RNG's just not on my side.
I mean, it depends on how good they are with physics. That's truly.
I'm pretty sure Tower Unites doesn't actually rely on the physics engine.
I'm
It
pretty
looks
sure
like
it's
it
just never
does, but I'm pretty
generated.
sure it just generates a number and decides.
I'm sure it'd be cool if it did.
Yeah.
It'd be a lot cooler if it did.
Oh yeah.
It'd be cool if you got a VR game that you could do that would take into account you throwing the ball and shit.
Yeah.
Man, I'm sitting here thinking of XCOM and stuff like that now, where it's like
98%.
98%. Bullets just like
Right.
drill into their face because it decided that I missed, but it's like way of calculating that I just still hit them.
Yeah, that's a wasteland for me. It's like, oh yeah, you've got a 75% chance of hit. Fucking misses. It's like, god damn it. How?
I'm missing the 99s.
Right?
No, that's bullshit.
You had a 1% chance and you fucking nailed it, buddy.
Constantly. That's why I was like, this can't be an actual 99.
So that's an XCOM meme as it does that. Most
Yeah.
other games that get that high don't do
At
that.
least XCOM 1, I think. Because in XCOM 2, you can actually literally just get 100%.
Speaking of stat memes, but law true. 1 in 4 for the
Ah.
fucking Wheel of Fortune. It's bullshit. As much as the creators come out and be like, nah, it's 1 in 4. Bull fucking shit. The amount of times I fucking roll Wheel of Fortune and get nope. Fuck them. I don't believe him. He could show me the fucking code and I wouldn't believe it.
Just don't chase the normie trend.
You know what else though? Fucking if you play games at Sticky. So Sticky, we got a new banner on Delta Force for new things. He immediately rolled one of the golds. I rolled a bunch of the purples, so it wasn't too bad. But he immediately rolled one of the golds. It's on the banner, one of the 4 things. Not very important. It's a free thing. But I was like, yeah, there goes Sticky, just getting banners for free. Fucking first roll. Fuck you.
Isn't Sticky more willing to actually spend money on banners and shit though?
Now he's more willing to spend money on the game. I'm pretty sure he got the battle pass for Delta Force last season, and then I'm pretty sure he has this season's. I bought the battle pass for last season too because I fully completed it. So I was like, well, let me get all the fucking shit I can get because it ended in 2 days.
Yeah.
Season rolled over last night.
Okay.
Also, we had an 50 to an 80 gig update, and it's really cool. They added an entire underground section to admin on Zero Dam, which is the level we only play for the most part. And on top of that, they added so much shit. They added new game modes. Like they went and fixed all the packs. I don't know if you remember the gear set packs, but they went and fixed all the recruit packs. The thing we've been bitching about for a while. Whereas the sniper pack gave you a sniper with with just iron sights, and it was fucking awful. They gave you a shitty red dot now. They changed a lot of the ammo types and stuff. Like they changed a lot of stuff. They made a lot of very positive.
Now I gotta do
changes.
that old Call of Duty. You gotta earn the scope.
Right. No, so they did so many positive changes to the game. We're like, goddamn, all right, maybe I will just this game and support them, even though it's directly China. Again, more of this Chinese stuff. But
Right.
Because everything's fucking China.
yeah, but
A lot of it is.
it's either because Battlestate Games is Russia, which is who owns Tarkov, and they do a shitty job. And these people are China, and they're doing a better job, and it's just much more fun.
I mean,
So
also, to be fair, China has a lot more resources at its disposal because Russia has been getting fucking hit hard. I mean, they're this close to fucking just collapsing.
Well, this
under
was-
their weight.
Nikita and them who have done Battlestate, they've been bad at doing the game before the Ukraine war, so that has nothing to do with
So
it.
it's just historically bad.
It's
Yeah,
just years of not listening to their community.
Well, so they try to, but also the community's fucking meh.
I mean, listening to community is hard because everybody wants something different, and if you listen to one side and you do what they want, the other side's going to get pissed. There's no winning realistically.
Well, there is if you put it to a vote and it has majority rules and you do democracy.
I mean, even that, it's like if 51% wins, that's still half your player base that's pissed off. That's no small thing.
Is what it is though. But if it's at least if it's done through a vote, everyone voted, it's their fault. You can't be as mad like you can be, but you can't be.
All the people that didn't vote are mad.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
It's like me. Whenever I didn't vote, I didn't really get upset because I mean, it is what it is. I didn't, but again, still for the most part, I didn't even vote in the primaries this year, or the presidential primaries and the big primaries, because I don't support any candidates. So fuck them.
I mean, who won Texas
What do you mean?
for the election?
I have no idea.
Oh.
It was going for what position? There's a lot of positions.
And did we go red or blue as a state?
Still red.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah, it was turnout.
Did I send you that thing about the county slipping from blue to red this year?
Yeah, you did.
Oh, yeah.
And that's the thing. Those maps are inaccurate
I'm sure.
because part of the problem with those maps, because if you look at them, it shows like the entire fucking country moved red. It's not correct because it's not that the country moved red. It's that the turnout didn't happen for the Democrats.
I mean, that still means it's red, though.
No, it doesn't because it doesn't because the people still are blue. It's just that they didn't come out to vote.
So they don't count. So if the red won,
again,
red won.
It's not.
If it colorizes who won, the red still
No,
won.
but it's not colorizing who won. It's colorizing the shift. But the shift isn't the calling it that simplifies it too much.
I guess, but if they didn't go, they didn't go. So
voter
what?
turnout for Republicans didn't increase dramatically this year. So that's what I'm saying. It's like it's not that the country moved right. It's not that more people are Republicans. It's just that less Democrats came out to vote. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay,
like-
that's cool, and I hear you, but they lost, and it was still red.
Again,
So it did turn
I'm
red.
not saying that they didn't lose. I'm not saying that the Republican didn't win. I'm just saying that the map showing the shift is inaccurate.
I mean,
That's all I'm saying.
so okay.
All
Hold
I'm
on,
saying.
let's dumb this down. All right. So did the red people win the areas that went from blue to red?
Am I saying they didn't? Yeah, do you hear me saying I didn't?
No, I'm asking you a question. Yes or no?
Am I saying that they did not?
I am.
win?
I'm asking you.
In
a
this
question, yes or no?
household, semantics are the most common argument.
100%.
He's absolutely correct.
Yes or no?
See, I will say too that and like a lot of the people I know that are usually fucking like historically vote blue, they voted red for Trump.
Well, some people are just fucking idiots. Everybody who voted for fucking my egg prices are too high, my bread prices are too high, and then Trump comes out and been like, I can't lower the price of groceries. It's like, yeah, I know that. Anybody with a reasonable fucking brain knows that. But everybody went out there and voted for the price of fucking eggs. Just like, he's not going to do it. It's like, literally, it's so funny. His Secretary of Treasury nominee, literally, Bernie Sanders is like, so for the past 20 years, because it's been fucking almost 20 years since the minimum wage was raised,
Yes.
Bernie Sanders asked the Secretary of Treasury nominee, he's like, hey, are you going to do anything to raise the minimum wage? Straight up, no. Not a question, not like some long-winded statement, just straight up, no. They have no intentions of raising the minimum wage, which for a lot of states that are Republican and red-leaning, that's usually just the bare minimum. And I mean, I know that's certainly the case for Texas, where the bare
Texas refers to the Fed for a lot of things.
exactly. So the bare minimum,
Just zero.
exactly, is a big deal. And the fact that it hasn't been raised in 20 years and it's still going to be another fucking 4 years without it getting touched at is a problem.
Correct. I mean, so the Secretary of what did you say, Treasury,
Yeah, Treasury.
can say no or can whatever, but the politicians that be can still vote in something.
But they're not gonna. I mean, you know these people. These people ain't gonna do that. The only thing they're gonna do is cut taxes for the billionaires. I mean, this administration has the most billionaires and millionaires of any fucking administration. Everybody in the top fucking echelons of this administration.
Well, I mean, as soon as they added
Anyone.
Elon Musk as a person of, I don't know, some
Elon
mild
Musk,
important.
Vivek Ramaswamy. I mean, there's the laundry list of people whose names you won't recognize, but are very rich people.
No, you'll
This
recognize
administration.
because they're rich. You won't know them or recognize what they'd actually do.
Yeah. I mean, the level of wealth in this administration is fucking ridiculous, and that's the point. That's all who's going to be benefiting from this. It's
Sounds
all,
about right.
yeah. So it's like regular folks, you and me, these guys, we're not going to benefit from it. Our taxes are going to go up because somebody has to pay for the rich and billionaires tax, and it's going to be us.
They're
Unfortunately.
gonna be all like, it's
Number
not our
must go
fault.
up.
It was China.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to be China. It's going to be inflation because still people today still refuse to acknowledge greedflation as a thing.
Right.
It's fucking terrible.
You mean how prices go up and coincidentally everyone has like higher profit margins
Yeah.
than ever before in their history?
Exactly.
I mean, that's what. That's also one of the benefits that I'm like me planning on moving back to Michigan. The minimum wage is $12 in a fucking hour.
Yeah, I mean that's definitely an improvement from here for sure.
Yeah, and the fucking cost of living's lower too. So it's like you look around here, most a lot of the jobs that me and Talon are looking at are like $10-11 an hour.
Which is
It's like,
crazy.
That's
Right?
the bare minimum in Michigan is fucking higher.
Because I always hear
Well, it's because
actually
our state
crazy.
minimum is $7.25.
It's crazy that you found a manager job for like less than minimum wage almost.
Yeah, I'm
Right.
assistant manager for 11.
Well, no, he found it for more because it's 11.
Well, yeah, but less
But
than
yeah.
minimum wage in, the other parts of the country.
and that's the thing too. I mean, I've always been hearing that, a lot of places are paying, $15 minimum kind of thing just to try and get people, but clearly from y'all's looking, it certainly is not a thing up here, which
Well,
is
these people got turned down by McDonald's.
Well,
That's
I mean, part of
true.
it's he didn't apply to McDonald's. McDonald's is paying 13. Shit, Bucky's pays what, 14, 15,
No,
13?
Bucky's starts at like 16 to
Buc-ee's
18 or
pays a
something.
lot.
Buc-ee's
but
pays a
that's
lot.
really
Start at
far
18
away.
and they go up from there.
Yeah, part of their problem is where they're applying and the jobs they're not getting.
Right. I don't know, man. It's tough out there.
I mean, I was getting paid more when I was working at Game Nerds. That's why I sent my resume over there again.
Everyone I know that's ever worked for Buc-ee's said they made insane money when they worked for there.
Doesn't surprise me.
Neat.
The
I mean,
levels of non-stress over at Game Nerds. I just wanted more money, so I went to Amazon.
you could always go play at Bucky's. I mean, they got one right up there in Melissa. Sure, it's like 45
Well, this is too
minutes.
far. There's one in Terrell, I think, is closer.
Yeah, there's one closer.
Or Royce City.
There you
Yeah.
go, Roy City. That's like, what, 20, 30 minutes?
Yeah.
There you go, 30
That's not
minute
too
commute.
It's not a fun drive, but it's closer.
But I mean, they'll pay you damn good. They'll pay you more than a fucking assistant manager here.
Yeah,
Right?
And I mean, you'll get benefits. You'll get fucking PTO, healthcare, dental, etc.
I think they give minimum 3 weeks PTO.
Yeah.
They have a 401k.
I think they also
They
have
have other
education
stuff.
funding. That's a
Think
nice
so,
thing too. Bucky's like fucking, when you walk in the door, right there's this fucking sign that's like, here's what we pay.
Yep.
Straight up. And it's usually more than anybody else in the fucking area.
I haven't seen many Buc-ee's employees that look like him, though.
They
yeah.
exist. They're just making the food or something. They're usually not seen.
Actually, you know what? That's a good point.
Because I always hear,
I always think cashiers for some reason.
being a Bucky's employee, it's very, 100% got to be doing everything.
Yeah,
because
you have to work.
there is no slow there. With as popular and busy as it is, you are fucking
it's like I really
gunning it.
don't have a problem with that.
Okay, then go play.
Yeah,
With what? Working?
Yeah.
Refer to column A of the previous conversation of he's had all the time in the world to do this thing and he won't do it and he wants to do it, quote unquote.
sir. This
But
is,
we'll carry
this
on.
is something that is done in my free time. It's not a job.
But no. You said, and I quote, I want to try to do this as a job. And then he doesn't put any effort in towards doing the thing to even learn to do it as a job.
He's got a point.
Yeah, I do need to get on that.
But yeah.
So it almost sounds like some people here haven't heard that Trump just released a new scam coin.
He did?
Do what?
Yeah, 2 days before going in as president, one of the companies that's like contracted to have Trump's name or something attached to them, some kind of Trump Foundation or something. I guess it's the people that do all those NFTs and shit like that,
Right?
assuming. They just now released a new meme coin, and they are holding 80% of it in their like special group, and they're releasing 20% out to the people.
How?
They've made.
So they're going to pump
I
it
think
now.
I've heard
Right?
they've made 12 million just in transaction fees, or not them, but someone's made
actually
that.
That's
much.
also
It's
the,
called
that's
Trump coin.
always the scam.
And the coin is worth like an insane amount of money already.
It's a dollar sign Trump.
So is that why Doge has gone up and rallied the past week?
apparently Solana's up 12%. Because that's always the thing. When you look at like these scam coins, the transaction fees are always the maximum, which I think is like 30%.
Yeah, it's,
Always, every single time. Because
every time I hear about it, millions of dollars in transaction fees.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
actually own a 3.4 Dogecoin. I'm just waiting to see if it ever goes up.
You own 3.4?
Yeah, 3.4.
And it's at 40 cents.
Look at that, the
When did you buy it?
I mean, I am up 92 cents on it. So whenever the fuck I bought it,
Well, that's good.
So this thing launched basically a day ago,
Yeah.
and it's already at a market cap of $5.5 billion.
Crazy.
Yeah, Trump's people own 80%.
Yeah, he's using the fact he's literally about to be inaugurated as president as marketing hype to sell this
And
coin.
that's the thing too. So this
would normally
is illegal.
Official acts. Nope, it's not illegal. Official acts is
Yeah, I was about to
president.
say,
Wrong,
even if
'cause
this
there's a
would
law.
typically be illegal, he can just immediately pardon himself.
I
That
suppose
too.
so. Well, a president pardoning themselves has never been tested.
It's going to be tested
not?
this year, apparently.
Probably, yeah. So that's the thing too. Is like, so what you're saying is like, since they own 80% of it, that means people handed them $4 billion. Also, how much is Saudi Arabia putting in here? How much is every other country who just sees this and is like, well, we need to get, because that's the thing too.
Oh,
it's like-
shit. It's the way around all of the laws.
Because the thing too is like before they used to had to buy rooms in hotels. It was just slightly more separated. Now this is a fucking straight up handover of money directly to him.
Which has always been the point of these decentralized currencies, kind of.
So two companies own 80% of the tokens.
all right. So this is not on Robinhood, so I'm not getting into it.
So this is
No, it's too late. You would have had to get into it in the first few hours, and you'd have to sell before.
It's not on Robinhood, so I wouldn't be able to get into it in the first
I
place.
think whoever
I don't even know who supports this.
I think whoever can pump and dump this has something locked for 3 months or something like that.
yeah, but I mean, how often you see that, but it doesn't matter. People still do that.
Well, that's the thing.
I
is
really don't know
like,
how it works.
That's the thing with
They
like the
agree-
hot coin is like they're like, oh no, we can't sell it for 3 months. But that's the thing is they have alternate wallets and they have their insider friends. So that's what they do. Is like everybody does the pre-sale.
Okay, so this
buy.
80% is probably those because
Yeah.
it doesn't sound like that 80% is the people that founded it.
Yeah, it's up to goddamn the official Trump coin. Okay, never mind. Okay.
Is it losing to Doge?
what? Where's that at?
It says 33.7 or well.
No, that's dollars. Doge isn't even worth $1, homie.
oh.
right.
Yeah, it's like super shitty.
What was it worth 40 of that you were just saying?
Cents.
Oh.
Yeah.
So the market cap has gone up. It's now $6.8 billion.
And over one day, it's gone up
Just one day,
425%.
425%.
God damn.
I mean, if we look at literally, it came out earlier today. Literally,
At $8.
Yeah, I already watched a CoffeeZilla about it where it looks like he just woke up with a hangover and he was like, you won't fucking believe what's happening.
so yeah, it literally started at fucking like $6-7, and now it's $34.
That's crazy.
This thing, I love how community sentiment is bearish, which yeah makes sense because this is going to be a fucking rug pull.
Dude, fucking Bitcoin went up by 10 fucking grand over the past week.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. All coins have rallied this week for some reason. Maybe because of this.
This is so fucking dumb. You know, it's funny since this has been brought up. It's funny to see how they've moved the inauguration inside, and now all the fucking Trumpers are pissed.
Yeah.
They're like, we spent $5,000 buying hotel rooms and taking time off and coming up here, and he's gonna do it inside. We could have just watched this on TV.
Well, he's only got so many ears, Kenneth.
I was about to say like
I mean, he grew one back, but you know,
it's like he had an assassination attempt. Of course he's gonna be more careful
Well,
about
no,
it.
he's doing
but
it.
if
really,
God's
he's
on
been
his
running around
side,
the
then
whole
what does he
time.
have to worry?
He's doing it inside because it's gonna be a bit cold in DC.
Bro, he's old.
He is
Do be
the
cold.
oldest president to ever serve. So
He
yeah,
also do be
Is he?
cold.
Shit.
yes, he is.
Actually,
He's the oldest president to run and oldest president to serve. He's old. He's an old man. I can't remember
What?
where he is.
I say
Is
him
he
and
actually-
Biden, bro.
is he older
He's
than
older
Biden?
than Biden now.
Yep.
Fuck.
Like I was like, he is the oldest president to serve in U.S. history. Did I stutter? Nope.
Yeah.
The funny thing, like he doesn't look that fucking old. Like
You
don't
haven't
get me
seen the
wrong, he
videos
looks
I have.
old.
Have you seen this man? The man's covered in fucking bronzer.
Like don't get me wrong, he looks old, but I feel like there's like previous presidents that looked older.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
See what happened to Barack
Yeah.
Obama during his second term. Homeboy aged like 50 years when he came out.
That's what the presidency does. If you're an actual president, there's a lot of fucking stress involved and other shit. Trump just golfed most of his time and probably will again.
Shit, he learned from businessmen. You know how many fucking people I know in C-suite that's all they do?
Well, that's because business deals are made on the fucking golf course.
Yeah.
It's how they de-stress.
That's why Solana went up, because it's in the Solana ecosystem.
Yeah.
Mm.
Dude, if the higher class people de-stress the way that we did, they'd all be alcoholics.
Some of them are.
I was saying. Well,
I.e.
so here's the deal.
Hegseth, the fucking nominee for Secretary of Defense, who's a fucking noted alcoholic. So bad that that fucking Fox News folks were like, hey, Pete, you might need to tone it down. This is Fox News we're talking about. Half the fucking hosts there are drunk. And this and that's, and Pete Hegseth went too far for them. That's saying something.
Well, I mean, some people can drink and be fine, and some people can drink and not be fine. A la Nick, you get people that are different types of drunks, same different types of highs and whatever. There are people that are just chill and can drink and be really trashed and still function, reasonably.
Right?
So it really just depends. Or you got that guy that drinks one beer and he's fucking gone. He's a piece of shit. I don't know.
Yeah.
People are fighting in Costco over Pokemon cards.
Yeah, we talked about this.
Yeah.
before.
So we have these videos here. Let me mute this. But yeah, it's crazy. So folks who don't know, it's like, everybody's out there. There's all these card scalpers and such.
New Pokemans.
And there's some new Pokemon cards out. So, as you can see here in the videos, you'll put that in.
Huh. No, I won't.
I marked it. You're going to put it in.
No, I won't. The mark will be there, and then I'll ask for content, and I just won't get it.
So as you can see, like there's people just fucking fighting. It's like, this man's got it in his hands and trying to fucking rip it out.
We need to find a better one. I mean, this one's pretty good, but we need to find people actually.
He already got the elbow.
Also, I hate how I go full screen, and instead of like making it full screen vertically, it just stretches it so you can't see anything. It's like, fucking great, thanks.
Welcome to shitty phone 16:9 content.
Yeah, or let's see, there's this one.
I mean,
Just people running, pushing, trying to get to those.
Gotta get your Pokemans. Gotta catch them all, bro.
See, I appreciated the enthusiasm of the people at the front who are fucking running, unlike all these people who are just like lightly kind of jogging.
Also, I want to point out that this Costco looks different than ours. Like our TV section looks nicer. Theirs just looks like it's just racks
right.
or better.
I mean, to be fair, the target demographic in Plano is higher.
Is it?
I would say so. Yeah, the average median wage in there is pretty good.
Mm.
And look at this is fucking ridiculous. It's let me jump back to the beginning.
Yeah, as he keeps saying all these different videos that I'm gonna have to put it in post.
Yeah, you
There's
will.
no fucking way I'm putting them in.
I mean, just look at this. You got a full fucking pallet right there, and that man, these means just
Well, so that's not really a full pallet. That's like a half
it's
pallet.
a half pallet, but
I don't
still.
understand.
Boom! There's walking away with two fucking boxes. Another box, two
Dude,
boxes.
these are displays, by the way.
Yeah, they're the full displays they're walking away with. Like, it's been like 20 seconds or less, and the entire fucking thing is gone. That's how fucking.
At least they're only grabbing two displays. I mean, it's two displays, but
I mean, these people are like, they're gonna just. These are definitely gonna be resellers.
Absolutely. There's no question.
either that or it's people that want some of the
No.
special cards.
To sell.
Yeah,
No, some people buy shit like that. I mean, I remember I played Weiss the Money Game, and people just buy sets for that, not even just to sell.
But do they take flying elbows to the face for it?
Right?
No, because we order our shit straight from Japan like
Exactly.
fucking months in advance. Like real men. We have to put in the order, and it comes to us directly because we have connects.
when I was working at Game Nerds, there's actually there was a few people that would buy whole fucking pallets of shit.
Yeah, so I'm saying some people just buy shit.
Yeah.
It's just how it works. Didn't you say Game Nerds has Weiss now?
Yeah.
I'm a fucking fact check, you bitch ass.
Or were they scalping?
It was Talon that said it. I never looked it up.
Well, you just said yeah. You just agreed.
Yeah, I
You just
said,
perpetuated the lie.
Right.
Sir, you're a part of the problem.
Yeah, they have it. Now I'm part of the problem too.
See, there you go. See, he's
Or
probably
I'm part of the solution if you're wrong.
It's definitely a thing.
if who's
Technically,
wrong.
David
I'm
never
ask-
said
I'm
they
just
didn't have
asking.
it, so he gets to say he's not wrong, even after he fails to prove everyone else
Nerds
wrong.
with the Z, sir.
That's fine.
Get it right.
Redirects, they got it. They're smart.
They got that ACL.
Also, I didn't say they have it. I asked. I was like, do they have it now? And he said yes.
That's what I just said.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
I
you're
agree.
saying I'm wrong, and I'm like, I didn't even say they had it.
I said you get to claim you're not wrong because you worded it specifically, semantically.
Correct. Yeah, I get to say I'm correct either way.
I don't see a Y section. You might
I
have to
don't,
type
but
in.
it still might exist. It
Yeah,
says shop
search for it.
all.
Is it freaking-
You think they would have it because like Weiss is very, I mean, it's niche, but like the people that want it, they fucking want it.
The problem is it's too niche. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if they don't have it
But why?
because it doesn't make
Because
money.
the markup on
It doesn't make money.
why wouldn't it?
Like
If
Weiss or Schwartz.
if the people are there and they want
Ah.
this and
Well, they have some.
there you go.
Yeah, there's some.
There's some Weiss.
That's more than I own.
They got some pre-orders going for Rurouni Kenshin.
Oh, shit, they have-
Macross?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, go back. Macross?
No, I only care about this.
But mech wives?
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe. I don't know.
they
I
got
actually haven't
Macross.
seen Macross. I just know it has mechs, and
My cross is old as shit, homie.
I think I watched like one episode and like anime girls started dancing. I was like, is this a mech anime?
What is?
Macross.
Yeah, Macross is mech. What does that say? It says this brand and new factory.
Brand new factory sealed in order to maintain integrity of our inventory. We don't accept.
They only have 4, so this is a problem. Like, they could have already gone through this. These are all just booster boxes. You have to get the case of booster boxes, and a case has, I think, 18. They only have 4, so
I mean,
fresh.
You could buy those for.
Tray it. Well, no, they don't have the money cards in them. Probably.
Yeah.
They don't go through the products.
I don't know. I don't trust anybody that isn't me getting the box directly myself.
Dude, I worked there for 2 fucking years. I can tell you, they do not open those up.
That's cool and all, and you could say that. But there's also new stuff they just got. Who knows what they do? Also, you've been in there for 2 years. They started doing a bunch of sketchy practices as you left. In fact, like one of those wasn't paying you guys and also telling you guys to do other work.
Oh, they got the Elden Ring the board game. How much are they selling that for?
The what? This?
Oh.
Pre-order for
Oh,
$140.
that's not bad.
Did that lead die? I thought you and Talon were both
$60
looking at
off.
that at some point.
They got Gwent.
What work? Yeah, they're trying to work there still.
Yeah, I sent in an application.
Okay, but did you talk to the people who work there and be like, hey, boost my app, put it in front of the managers, network with it. People who work there, make them work for you. If they're your friends and they really want you there, they will push your fucking info.
I already told like one of the higher ups that I sent an application. So
Okay, when did you do this?
right as I sent in the application, like
Yeah,
a few days ago.
Okay, how long?
A few days ago,
5, 2 weeks?
like 2 or 3 days ago.
Okay. Making sure, because a few days for some people could be like a month.
Yeah, I'll probably
True.
I'll probably hit up Drew or Ulysses and see if I can get that shit pushed.
That's the
That-
thing. Like, hey,
Because like all the people that didn't like me or Talon, they're gone.
Nice.
like I said, it's not what you know, but who you know. You gotta push on your contacts and your people.
Push it.
That's how you get work.
I mean, it helps.
It helps. And any little thing that can help.
This is Macross Delta specifically, which is the newer Macrosses.
Which is
Pretty
all
cool.
sold out.
It's
It's
all
like-
sold out.
What defines new?
Within the last like 10 years. Again, Macross is like in 80s or 60s.
Oh
Like,
yeah, I
Macross
know
is
because
old as
Macross
shit.
inspired BattleTech, sort of, partially.
I think so.
A lot of the designs are stolen from Macross,
Right.
like the Marauder and stuff like that, and Griffin.
This is weird that this one costs so cheap.
It's out of stock, so they never updated the price.
Mm.
Also, Game Nerds they undercut everybody.
Yeah. I mean, shit. The fact that they're selling that brand new
This might
Elden
be a
Ring
different
for
kind of
60
booster
bucks off
box,
is
so-
fucking crazy to me.
Oh, it's a
So-
premium booster. That's why it's a smaller
I-
booster
I
box.
will say that the only downside to like ordering from Game Nerds is that their the warehouse is not humidity or temperature controlled.
I thought they were supposed to fix that. Didn't
I
they get a
thought
fancy
you
new
went to a
warehouse where they were going to do
temperature-controlled
that?
warehouse. Yeah.
There were talks about it, but I don't like. From the time that I haven't worked there, they never changed it.
Also, most warehouses aren't going to be any temperature level of control
So-
either.
That's true.
So apparently, a lot of the places that deal with trading cards, they do that because it causes warping in the cards.
Well, hold on.
Yeah.
A lot of places deal with what? Like, what do you mean? What scale? Because I can tell you every mom and pop shop don't.
Like most large scale like online card shops that only deal with cards, their shit's temperature and humidity controlled just to make sure that the cards don't warp.
How much of that is them telling you it is just to make you trust them more?
I have no idea.
And that's a real question.
Well, it's
Because heating and cooling and humidity controlling a whole warehouse is a lot of fucking money.
I mean, for cards though, it's kind of worth it.
Why? Whenever they could
Because-
just put it in a warehouse and not care and ship it to
I mean, that's
people.
true.
So if the cards are warped, a lot of especially if they guarantee that the stuff will be in good condition. If the cards are warped, they have to refund it.
Yeah.
Well,
Or they could just be like game nerds who's like, we don't accept returns.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of people just won't accept returns because some of it is also like manufacturer defect. You can't control that. So
I mean, manufacturer defects still.
I think this
they'll
actually
deal with
comes
that.
back to something that you told me about, David.
what?
Where you were in like a whole buying and selling trading card community, and people talk. And if you buy from someone and they keep like ripping you off or like, I don't know, selling you warp cards per se, then people know that they stopped buying from it.
That's
Yeah,
also true too.
makes
For
sense.
that person.
But yeah, if that's on a
Reputation.
personal level though. But same thing though. That happens like if they buy product from a shop that's mom and pop. The fuck? Oh, let's say you just muted me. That was weird. Anyway, mom and pop shops that get bent and destroyed product or something, or they lie about if they've searched it, all that good stuff, then yeah, they get blackballed by the community.
I mean, thinking about it though, regardless of that, there's always going to be people that say that like people are always like resealing and shit, just because people just don't trust.
Right.
True,
Like,
but
if you look at the Google reviews for game nerds, there's a lot of people that says like these guys reseal and shit.
so here's the other
Well,
problem.
so you've worked there.
Nobody can control. So that's you're taking from your micro level of the people in the warehouse directly.
Yeah.
Nobody can control what happens at the stores though.
It's true. But also, like you've worked at that warehouse. Do you think those folks even have time to do something like that?
No.
Yeah, I don't think so. The stores, absolutely, because they have a lot more latitude.
But
Mhm.
like people just assume regardless.
What y'all do? Y'all went
But I
from
mean-
y'all went from pallet to warehouse shelf to online order shipment.
Yeah, so there ain't no time in that.
But also, as far as the reselling goes, you guys told us, several times there's been damaged product that they've sold.
Depends on how damaged.
Exactly. Well, still,
But also for the damaged product that they sold, did they sell that online or was it in store?
Online, but I mean if like
it comes from the warehouse.
Right.
So so especially for like TCG stuff, if you see damage on the cards themselves, they'll actually send them back and get new ones.
Okay.
They go through the whole what's that process?
RMA.
But they don't like
RMA,
the cards.
something.
So they get free replacements most of the time, so it's not that big of a deal.
Right.
Okay.
I mean, and that includes like if you see it, but if it's a sealed box, then and it's like crushed in the corner, you can't really tell. I mean, you can and can't, depends.
Though I will say that for Pokemon specifically, because Pokemon just refuses to do fucking anything, they just mark it off as a loss.
All Nintendo.
Right.
Goddamn Pokemans.
It's
They
like they told me they've tried to do it a few times, and their response was, in a nutshell, we're Pokemon. We don't give a fuck.
I mean, yeah.
You're gonna buy from us regardless, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
I mean, they're the most profitable games company in the fucking world. One of them, at least. With an IP address that fucking sells itself.
Yep.
An IP. The IP address.
Yes, thank you.
I heard that too.
I was like, an IP. I was like, yeah, addresses, yep.
I mean, isn't there more profitable games companies than Nintendo?
Yeah, there are. But as far as like
Really?
a singular IP, like that makes all of that kind of money,
For
nobody beats that Pokemon.
Now I'm curious.
yeah, in the board game / card game space, nothing is more profitable than Pokemon.
I'm surprised that Magic isn't.
Nope.
Hmm.
The collectors heavily outweigh Magic.
Well, that's
the best-selling video game franchise ever.
She might is. Also, I think you're muted.
Blah.
Yeah, now you're unmuted.
Actually,
Okay,
you,
well,
might,
yeah.
you might have been unmuted for a while.
I mean muted, but yeah.
There's been a few times that you've talked, and I was just like, do I hear him to the mic? Like, I don't know.
Well, you know, it's just
Oh.
a disembodied voice the whole time. It's fine.
I think I've heard him.
Maybe sometimes.
I've been heard enough.
Well, he was talking off axis on the mic, purposely trying to talk to Google to look at the thing.
Yeah. In that case, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
he was drawing.
And I think I clicked the button at some point recently.
Fair
Right.
enough.
We have the cat on screen that will get us views.
This cat's been here forever.
Well, there's the other one too. In her tower of power.
Just have a zoom in shot on the cat.
Nah, it's effort.
What's our time
It's
at?
just gonna the entire time the cat's in the tower. You just have like a little cropped thing in the bottom right corner of the cat.
That'd be
That
funny.
requires too much
Cat cam.
effort. And also, we don't have separate cameras for that.
I mean, she should be visible in that.
Also, you've
camera.
already got the recording, so you just got
Yeah, but I can't crop into it when we're the main focus of the screen.
You can.
Yeah, I mean, just
No,
make it so,
because it
just,
literally will make it. I'd have to double the
exactly.
video.
Yeah,
stream.
you double it.
No, I'm not doing all that.
how that
That's
works.
too much effort. Listen, I already put in as much effort as I possibly can.
Oh, cat cam
I
No.
mean, you're gonna be editing this video, man, right? You could do that.
potentially
There you go.
depends on how dead I am
Crop
from
whatever the
my
fuck he
shitty
wants
job.
over there, and then put a small box in the corner. It's just a crop of her.
That's what he said.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, then I guess he was thinking constructively.
Yeah.
He's an ideas guy, not an execution guy. Not always good ideas either, but he is an ideas guy.
I mean, I throw out enough ideas. One of them has to stick, right?
Yeah,
Sure.
something like that.
I mean, I'm the one that brought up the idea for this fucking podcast.
It's something we'd actually talked about for a long time.
Oh.
Yeah.
But when I brought it up, that was
Well,
the
once
final.
like me and him had talked about it and discussed it several times, and then you're like, "That sounds cool. We could do that." And I'm like, "We have more people on board, sure."
Right.
Just us saying.
I was always gonna buy a mixer like this and the equipment. Like it was always in the plans.
And now it just serves like an actual purpose instead of just two people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we would have had other possible people. Man, that thing is angry. I can even hear it through the mic.
Right.
You could always move.
It's true. She never will. Her tail's beating the mic too.
Right.
I mean, if she truly didn't want to be there, she would leave.
She never moves, dude.
Nah, she's like, you're gonna move. I'm gonna be here and sit here and be angry.
He's on me.
Exactly. Yeah. Just mess with her enough and maybe she'll go away. She won't. Secret answer.
Speaking of going away, though, it's getting around that time for me.
Is it? What are we at?
1:45.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're getting close to the 11th hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We did it, Reddit.
But I mean, most of our we usually record all the way to like 2 a.m. in the goddamn morning.
Well, when I have to work, staying up past 11 is
Sometimes.
kind of like I have to
Once.
basically sleep at work.
We've done that multiple times actually, Kenneth, but yeah.
No.
Pretty much literally every single recording was like up till 2 or 3 a.m.
Nah.
But we also started at like 11 to
Yeah.
like 12 o'clock. So
It was far too late. Today we started a bit more reasonably.
yeah, we actually did. I mean, whichever time that we have recorded like the 2 episodes in the one day, like we started at a pretty good time for that too. But that
Yeah.
also went at 2 a.m. because we recorded 2 episodes.
Yeah,
One of them is way too long.
that's true. One of them was like 3 hours.
Never too long.
Ah, it's
I don't.
three
I
hours.
just don't know how I'm gonna make that work.
I
There's
mean,
gotta be plenty you could fucking chop out from that.
No. A better option. It's a 2-parter.
Oh God.
I mean, there's a lot of people like people just there's people out there that just like long form combat
At least both
Combat long form
content. Like
I mean, you're right, but
This guy leaves on shit all the fucking time, like 2 or 3
Oh yeah, the
hours.
longer the better. Because if I fall asleep while it's still running, then I don't have to perceive it changing.
yeah, but he doesn't even watch us. Nobody does.
Yeah.
I watched us.
I did.
I've seen.
I put the most view hours on everything just the other day.
I'd hope so. You're the fucking editor.
Well, no, on my own account.
Ah,
He's like, I took our.
Also, yeah, that doesn't count. I do put it in the most watchers actually watch because I have to edit everything, which sucks.
He's like, I took our Christmas episode and I actually put it on the 0.5 watch.
I did that too. I let it run in the background while I played games for 8
Yeah.
hours of Sticky.
That's what I fucking did too.
Well, nobody did the new video but me. Now it's got 5 hours of watch time from one viewer.
5 hours of watch time for a 2-hour video, probably.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll probably go through and do that as well. You gotta use the spiffing Brits method and just get that retention time up.
Yeah.
He put out a new video about how
I watched it.
YouTube is broken again.
Yeah. It was the results of what happened last time.
I didn't see it. I just saw that. So.
Killdeer, it kind of didn't work. It worked in one way, in some ways, but didn't work in the way he wanted
Is
it
that
to
the
work.
one where he's
exactly.
deleting chunks of a video as it like?
Yeah.
Yeah. He talked about that.
I never actually watched that one.
It didn't increase his total viewer time, which is what he was going for, but it
that's
did
what he
increase like everything else.
Well,
It-
I don't.
time
I think
percentage?
the point was to increase the ratio of percentage watched, kind of thing.
yeah, that didn't increase though.
Ah.
Based on him chopping it up. But what happened on the other side is he got a fuck ton of new viewers and subscribers and like shot up his SEO because everyone was commenting on it and talking about it.
Right.
And basically everything else
There was-
worked.
There's a lot of memes about what the second part of the video was.
Yep. Which is why it also spiked because of all that stuff too. It's just
Yeah.
like terms.
The mystery and all the terms.
Yep.
It's like
So
I
he
can't-
released new terms on the new one, which is
Nice.
mostly still the same. It's still about AI and crypto and other stuff. I guess I just need to start saying we're going to talk about AI and crypto every episode here so we can get our view count up.
Speaking of AI and crypto,
AI and crypto?
you mean, but actually, I believe OpenAI recently came out and said that they expect within about 2 years to actually reach AGI. Now, how much of that is factual or not? Who fucking knows?
Is this that thing where
I
we
think
discussed
factual
before
2
about
years
real
out.
AI versus like what we
Yes.
call AI now?
Correct.
Oh, so we're going to get real AI?
That's what they're saying. And I mean,
So what? So Skynet's going to kill us when?
I mean, if anybody can do it, it would be them. They are the leaders in AI technology.
I just hope that the world doesn't get taken over by AIs until we're like 80.
I mean, it's gonna if that is released, it's gonna happen sooner than later, and it's gonna comb the internet, and it's gonna find out everything that we're bad. Although it's gonna find a lot of bots just botting because the dead internet thing. It's
Right.
just gonna be most of itself regurgitating itself to other versions of itself.
And it's going to think those bots are actual humans probably until it figures it out.
It's actually kind of funny you mentioned that because they've talked about the neural degradation of AIs.
Neat.
Because basically what they're seeing is that when AIs are scraping for pictures and scraping for text, is that they're finding AI pictures, AI text. So it's in a recursive loop that's causing degenerative neural
Echo chamber type situation.
yeah,
It's
but
causing brain cancer of the AI level.
Exactly.
basically.
Yeah, it's
It's
like
causing-
inbreeding,
yeah.
like quite literally.
So the AIs are getting worse because there's so much AI pictures, and the AI text is getting worse because there's so much
And
AI.
they double down on all the things AI fuck up on.
Yeah, exactly. So it's circular reasoning that's going to kill the AIs.
So we're gonna see at a micro level the idiocracy effect, basically.
It's gonna be funny when we get back to 6 fingers per AI photo from all the AI photos they train on.
Right.
I mean, there's also the thing where like people are purposely posting like images to fuck with the AIs too.
Nightshade. Yeah, but if someone posts Nightshade and then it fucks up a model, then that just means the model illegally stole it anyway, so fuck them.
yeah, absolutely fair. Because it's Nightshade.
It's clearly you don't have permission to use this image if it's Nightshaded, unless someone's just being like, I think I've seen people actually be malicious with it,
How
Well,
so?
duh.
where they just post an image that's Nightshade and they're like, AI, go ahead and use this image.
I mean, yeah, fuck them.
Well, yeah, that's the point.
They're publicly scraping pictures. They get what they get.
Well, the whole point of it, well, yeah, but if the point was like a permission thing, though. So if you're giving permission on specifically,
but I
the
mean,
poison.
also with these,
I
AIs
definitely
probably
support nightshading things that you don't want AI to steal, because then it literally punishes itself for stealing it.
Yeah, but I mean, just poison the well, poison pill.
I mean, I'm not saying I wouldn't do that. I'm just saying I don't think it's the morally highest ground.
So we're gonna go on a.
I mean,
record
rebels
here.
don't always take the most moral route to achieve the best results. but, you know.
Listen. We're gonna go on we're gonna go on record here. We here at this podcast support our AI overlords, and anything we talk about is just all satirical.
I have.
But
an
on
AI
that
server.
note, fucking up AIs is hilarious. Let's do it.
It's like sooner or later the AIs are going to be smart enough not to do this, but while they still do,
Probably not.
it's hilarious.
My AIs are starving on their meager P100 diet.
And you can get some 5090s.
No.
You can get a
So
stack.
In
of
what
these.
world can I?
I don't know this world.
As I say, come
Come with
with
us
us
on
to
on
Micro
Micro Center on the 30th.
Yeah, but then
Yeah.
I'll just have more debt. I want to just
True.
pay a bunch of stuff.
That's
True.
fair. Yeah.
So these the AIs are feeding on these images that are night shaded purposely to corrupt them.
Yep.
And
I don't think that there's a lot of that.
But they're like after those corrupted images are being made, it's also being fed into the echo chamber.
Yeah. Yeah. So, like I said, it's a recursive loop causing neural degradation.
Yeah, and we're just feeding it stuff to make it even worse.
Yep. Until eventually they just become so unreliable that they can't be used.
I mean, the amount of AI like chatbots that have been completely ruined by like 4chan and shit too, though.
I mean, that's what happens whenever you have your fucking AI scraping public internet.
That's what happens when you have an AI learning from its interactions with people.
Like Tay.
You're supposed to just use data sets that you trained without live chats with 4chaners.
I mean, everybody remembers Microsoft Tay, right? The fucking
Yeah.
They put it out there and it learned from what people said, and then it was fucking like the Holocaust is fine, like 9/11 never happened. There was an
She's
inside
still
job
like
or
a
whatever.
4chan mascot.
Yeah,
One day later, why is our AI bot racist?
racist, sexist, and everything else under the sun. Like that didn't take long. But
Oh, you just gotta instance every model.
Yeah.
Like when I run one locally, if I just start a new chat, everything's gone. Unless I do a lore book.
right. Yeah, I'm excited to see how well my AI models run on a 5090.
Probably pretty good.
Because I mean, how much VRAM do you have in total?
Like 80.
Goddamn. That's you can run some pretty big models.
Slowly, but I can run some pretty decent ones.
You gotta get like one of those crypto machines with like the 4 fucking graphics card running side
I
by
feel
side
like-
for the AI.
Bitch, that's what I'm doing.
That
You
is
have-
exactly what-
My guy literally has that.
Yeah.
Have you? Do you not like pay attention to us talking in like the last 10 months?
I know that he has the AI machine. I didn't know like what was inside the damn thing.
Lots of GPUs.
Graphics cards.
yeah.
Are they like 4080s and shit?
No, they're old. They're like 1080s basically, but the data center 1080s. They're called P100s
Okay.
because they're kind of like a balance between affordable but not literal garbage.
Right.
Plus, they have this special thing called HBM memory, which is pretty rare in graphics cards, and it kind of helps it compete with some of the newer shit.
Yeah. I'm really kind of sad how HBM didn't really take off. I know AMD was.
I
the
heard
first
it
one
was
to
coming
really do
back.
it.
I thought,
It's coming back in data centers.
yeah.
Because
Well, I
it's
mean, I'm
super
using
high
data center
performance.
cards.
Yeah, exactly. So it's there in data centers because it is super high performance.
Yeah, I guess it's weird it's not in consumer cards.
I think
It was
it's
for a
it's
little
just
bit.
cost prohibitive because at a data center card, you know, if HBM2 memory adds an additional $1,000 in cost or whatever, it doesn't matter.
Well, the problem was
Is it just for
Is that-
gaming? It's just more VRAM's better than faster VRAM?
not
Uh,
both is good because even
Both
Both is
good,
good,
but-
but which is more good?
DDR is
the speed is better. I think
Yeah.
the speed matters more than the amount because that was the problem with I think when Pascal came out because it went from GDDR5 to 6 and the biggest difference between the Titan XP, the little P, the shittier one, was that the 1080 had a faster memory bus, even though it was still using the same memory. And then so that's why they had to release the second version of the Titan XP, which had the faster memory, but they had I think 2 gigs less, but it was still much better. It was a whole weird debacle at the time, but yeah, speed is important. And
Speed's
I
important.
think the reason why HBM died in consumer cards is because unfortunately it was going through the AMD cards, and they underperformed pretty heavily.
But like I said,
If NVIDIA did it, it probably would have been accepted.
but like I said, I think it's also just cost prohibitive.
That too, it's
because for
expensive.
consumer cards, if you have HBM2 or HBM3 memory now, that I think just recently came out, like if it adds $500 or $1,000 to a card, and you're trying to release a fucking 5070 with it, you're not going to release a $2,000 5070.
Yeah, but at the time, AMD was able to produce, similarly priced cards to the same thing that NVIDIA was
But that was
producing.
only on their high end, and that was still pretty expensive.
Well, again, it was their high end, which wasn't that great, unfortunately, was also still, price comparative to the high end of or higher end of NVIDIA.
Yeah, yeah. But
I'm saying the price was there; they could have done both. I think also the problem was that there was not as much HBM isn't produced as much or as fast or to the capacity that GDDR is.
yeah. Speaking of producing chips, so TSEM or
TSMC.
TCSM,
Or is it
TSMC?
It's
TSMC.
TSMC.
their Arizona factory,
We're getting one of those.
we already have one of those.
Wow, I didn't know
So
that.
Is that the one we can't hire anyone for?
What?
No, it's actually in
Because-
production. Apparently, the Arizona factory is in it's in full production for the part they have built. Because apparently there's still like 4 more phases to be built.
I was gonna say I thought they were complaining that we couldn't get chip experts that work for as cheap as the Chinese people.
Probably.
Or-
Probably that's
But-
probably a complaint, but that's how
Taiwanese
it's going to be.
So, but apparently, so this facility is already producing NVIDIA chips for the 5000 series,
Sweet.
the latest AMD chips, the latest Apple chips, and Samsung chips. This fab is already producing the highest quality, the highest tier chips for the biggest peoples.
So are you walking back what you said? I think a podcast or two ago.
So I'm not, because I still agree that building the supply chain will take the longest time. TSEM has a supply chain, and
TSMC.
TSMC has a supply chain and the knowledge, and they were able to successfully transition that over to America. So that's good. But anyways, but they're still building it. However, they
Well,
are
yeah, they
saying,
still have more phases. It's going to take time to ramp up production, which
Yeah.
is what we said. I said they could do it. Like I said, my original estimation, I think, was within 5 years they could get started and
like I
then
said,
get better.
they're in full production for the part they have open. However, they're saying that chips produced here are going to be more expensive than the ones produced in Taiwan.
Makes sense.
So I think they're saying that like expected costs for chips produced here is about I think 15 to 20% more. So we can expect that to be
That's
passed
all?
on to consumers.
That's not that bad in the grand scheme of
I
things.
mean, compared to what I was expecting.
I mean, it's better than what
Made
the
in
Trump tariffs are
America.
going to turn to make everything turn into.
I mean, yeah, that's true.
Bring more jobs to America.
All right, so I'm
Yeah.
hitting my hard limit. 11's the time I leave.
All right, that's fine. We hit 2 hours.
We're good enough. All right. Well, that's it for us here at the Speakeasy Unfiltered podcast. Again, I've joined today by friend Zenny or Zenny, HighCack78, Rain Death 909, and myself,
Yeah.
Ark Brother _1. And we'll see you guys on the next show.
Bye.
All right.